Hit with a flag at half mast. Hard to live in the mood so fast, and everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions, but where the fuck is the light of my tunnel? So hand me the balance, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die? When happiness is in short supply, they hand you a pill and they tell you to try. But I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Yeah. I want you to listen to me. Now pay attention. Welcome to my sideshow. Enjoy the free admission. The drama club isn't accepting submissions. Done with all that bullshit, this family's nothing to fuck with. Unless you really want it, then we'll add you to that hit list. Tried to prevent these events to such extent, I gave in. I was hell-bent, I still lost you in the end. I take 2 steps forward and I take 3 steps back. You can hear the contradiction, maybe I really am a psychopath. The meaning in life, it's not a secret that you keep. It's days and weeks of feeling weak, no sleeping and repeat. Lose your mind and then you find it and get buried underneath the happiness, the pain, and you be getting no relief. What the fuck am I saying? All you faggots paying attention. God blessed you with ears, but you idiots never listen. I guess in what I'm saying, since there is no comprehension, my bleeding heart fell apart, let it be your intervention. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit.
Hey, hey, hey.
Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me.
It's time for the intel.
Through the glass, made a lot of mistakes. I'm learning to adapt. I sit alone and overanalyze the aftermath. No straight and narrow, always seeking out a shortcut. And in the further back, see me playing catch up in the days of sin. Wonder are my days really numbered? Shit, I don't know, but I ain't getting any younger. Not made up, but I made up. I suggested you just keep it zip. Had to lose my brother to learn the value of relationships. I can't forget.
What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome.
Sometimes I scare myself from what I really might do. I keep telling you I've got a couple screws loose, but you refuse to believe the things that I say to you.
We're gonna try to get through this. Season 2 is wild as fuck. We're in the shag and wagon, that is correct.
Come on, get relaxed. Take another hit. Headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. I am back.
Please share, I guess. Maybe. Whatever you guys think.
And I'm just a little weathered. There's a thin line between happiness and misery. Pursuit of truth, life is not a fucking mystery. Get a clue, common sense is not your enemy. I was just like you, concerned with just the victory. I used to be a hothead, got a firm grip on my temper. I'm on that next level, balanced and I'm centered. Pain is dangerous, it seems to be my motivator. I'm the type to shoot first and ask the questions later. Can't tell me nothing, this motherfucker knows I tried. I sent him messages, 1,000 prayers with no reply. Can't call my nightmares with a motherfucking.
There is no streaming without me. That's impossible.
Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind
Oh no, the timer went off. We'll start in just a second. I forgot the timer. I accidentally hit space and turned it off, so we'll start in just a second.
my hands steady. I'm ready to take this leap of faith, and my palms sweaty. I'm so afraid, in a state of panic. I'm a basket case. I step back. I'm hell bent. In this first attempt, gotta keep the pace.
Bad Brad. Oh.
Now I'm all in. Hate motherfuckers wanna keep me down, and what goes around, it comes around. If heaven don't want me, then I'm hellbound. And inside my man, it's Southside land. Set fire to the past, walk through these ashes, fighting for the best. Step black, fetish shopping. Come and take a ride with me, motherfucker. Hop in. Welcome back, got a full clip. All aboard this crazy train. No money, no car.
Oh man, you know what I just saw? My vape is completely out of batteries. I'm gonna have to try to plug it up and charge it during the show or something.
Back to work it. Goddamn, I can feel the change. Side of the coin, I'm paranoid. On the surface, I play it cool, and I'm
I've been gone all frickin' day.
But I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days.
Mariah said now that I got a van, she just kind of threw me out. So there's that.
Please answer me, I'm sick of guessing. I clench my fist, it's gut-wrenching. Show me the way to the peace that I'm missing. I'm not religious, but remember this. I live my life with the best of intentions. Don't bullshit me, it's hard to believe. And everything around me is so diseased. So answer this, who the fuck are you? And who the fuck am I supposed to be? Should I listen to God and all his prophets? Listen to the greed that aligns my pocket. Listen to the hypocrites compared to the prophet. Listen to the pain that I clearly adopted. I can't move on when I'm stuck in the past. Hard to forget with a flag at half-mast. Hard to live when it moves so fast. And everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions. But where the fuck is the light of my tunnel? So hand me the bounce, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die?
You got a shout out on the frogs this past week. And tonight on Douglas's show. Oh no. What did they say? Now you got me. Now you've got my attention peaked. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get started.
Man, I can't talk to you now. Why do people call me while I'm on? No. Shut up.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Yeah.
It's the office, about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Uh-oh.
It's the office, about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
And Mars in the house.
Hey. The jab. Pine needle tea.
Underground Doms save the children.
Social security card claims. Birth certificate claims. Vatican tunnel.
Medbed
Martial law.
1745. 10 Days of Darkness. Digging tunnels. Dogecoin. The Evergreen.
Vaseline.
Boom. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Well, Johnny, you can go to mommy's basement. The Nazis were working with the reptilians.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's some office about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet.
We are now the news.
Music by Jay Reese, remix by BT. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Burden. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Hashtag Season 2 is wild as fuck. We are in the Shaggin' Wagon. Moved from the camper to the Shaggin' Wagon, and we are live from here. And make sure you like and share the video. That's how you support the channel. Just hit the like button. Share the video to all your friends. If you're on Facebook, you can start a watch party. That's the new thing. If you're on YouTube, just share it out. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming on. Sorry, I got kind of a late start. I got here and did some research earlier, then ran to the store, and then come back and had to restart the computer. But we are back up. If you want to support the show in other ways, you can go to cultclub.com, KULTKLUB, cultclub.com. The bot just threw in the chat. Or you can go to buymeacoffee.com/cold beer. That's better if you're coming from Facebook. For some reason, the Stream Elements doesn't like to work with Facebook. It wants you to sign up. And you can support the show that way. Make sure you leave a message. If you leave a donation, it'll either read it on screen or I will. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. We're back up and running. This is night 2. I did some rearranging. I got a table now. Not great, but better than what it was. And I'm going to have to strap some shit down, especially if I'm going to drive this thing around and make it mobile, because I'm supposed to drive it back to the camper tonight to get home. There's Mark. I haven't seen Carolyn yet, but I'm pulling your guys' top fan badges. You missed the first show after a week-long break. Where were you guys at? Anyways, we're going to do the show tonight. We're going to start off with not only, but we're going to bounce around a little bit. We're going to start off with Brad. Brad's been called out recently by the community. Not just by me. Surprisingly enough, he's actually been called out by other people, which is very interesting because it's the same thing that I've been saying for literally months. Just a second. Let me sign into my Telegram and I'll pull up the post. Give me just a second. He likes to use other people's content and then not give them any credit or say where it came from. And it's not in a fair use way. It's not for education or satire or commentary or whatever. He's just like, hey guys, this is cool. This is really cool. You guys should check this out. It's going to blow your minds. This is awesome. Because Brad's whole show is just based on is only based on his message group that he's in. It's a really, really strange show. It's literally based on a Facebook message group that he enjoys reading messages from. I've never seen anything like it. Like, you could literally just scroll through any Facebook message group that's dedicated to Trump and find the exact same information. But they don't seem to want to do that. Instead, they would much rather have Brad read it to them. So give me just a second to find the message. I'm pretty sure it's here. Brad Barton. No, it's private. Sorry, I thought I had this already pulled up, but I forgot I signed out. Oh, here we go. It should be right here with someone's post. Here we go. All right, so this isn't up on the screen. I'm just going to read it to you, but this came from QAnon John. Now, QAnon John is a QAnon guy, obviously. He's the one who put on the first event that basically everybody copied. He put it on in Dallas. It had Sidney Powell. It had Mike Flynn. It had all the big grifters, right? It had all of them. QAnon John put out a post that says, Patriots, you know that I'm not one to call another out or cause any kind of division, but it is sometimes necessary to protect the movement and the people. I wasn't going to say anything, but he had crossed one line too many. And it's time people know the truth. I must make y'all aware that there is a patriot, in quotes, patriot, in quotes, named Brad Barton of the Little Talk Show with Brad. At Little Talk Show at Brad RTL. By the way, if you ever wonder why Brad uses RTL and his email address is like Brad Barton at RTL.whatever.com, that's the when you join one of these pyramid schemes, they call you a business owner and they have you pick a business name. So his is RTL, whatever the fuck that stands for. But Brad is actively stealing other patriots' hard work and intellectual property, including that of my company, The Patriot Voice. I must make you all aware that this started with him brazenly stealing our name. And initially calling his event the For God and Country, We the People Reunion. For God and Country was the name of QAnon John's movement in Dallas, of his event and future events that they already have planned. I shouldn't need to explain why that is wrong and why that would be confusing to people. our COO professionally reached out to Brad about it, who, in his good old boy, in quotes, good old boy style, proclaimed that he would change it immediately since we have a trademark on the For God and Country events. Nothing happened as a result. And we were forced to go to the manager or planner of the event Brad was hosting to make her aware that he was not allowed to use that name legally. She was on it immediately and changed the name. That's why Brad's shit was called For God and Country We the People Reunion, and then it just went to the We the People Reunion. Like, they dropped the For God and Country completely. She changed the name. Immediately after our event, Brad started posting videos on his website that were from our event. We work closely with and are good friends with the creator of those videos, the brilliant and amazingly talented at iDrop Media. Now, this is what I called Brad out on. iDrop Media works hard making these like raw, like fucking cheerleading videos and shit. And Brad just plays them and never even gives them credit. But they're friends with iDrop Media, and he gave us permission to show the videos at our event, and he created some videos just specifically for us. Brad has never requested permission to use any of iDrop's videos, which is just professional courtesy, and he has even watermarked them with his name in the upper left corner. So Brad doesn't understand what a watermark is, but basically when he plays the video and down in the corner it says Brad's Little Talk Show, and it's got his stupid ass little cartoon that looks like him if he had Down syndrome in the corner. That is a watermark, because if anybody replayed that video, it wouldn't look like iDrop's video, it would look like Brad's video. So he's putting a watermark on it. Because you'll see later, Brad's excuse is that he doesn't know what a watermark is. Let's see. But using his videos in his intro, and has since been using his video as the intro to his shows. He is not just showing the videos, but narrating over them, and he has even watermarked them with his name in the upper left corner. Of course, he has never been one mention of credit to iDrop Media. Instead, Brad allows people to think that they are his own and never corrects them. Brad's going to say that this is a lie, but I've seen people in Brad's chat say, "Oh my God, you make the best videos. Your videos are so awesome. Your videos are great. Like it's so good. That's why I come here, is for your videos. I'm going to share this everywhere." So people do think Brad makes them, and obviously he doesn't. This is plain wrong. iDrop is well aware and has been blocked for commenting on Brad's site. So iDrop came to complain and say, "Hey, take my videos down," and Brad just blocked him on the Telegram and on the website. That alone should tell you about him and his character. Also, Brad had no problem at all copying our live stream price of $17.76 for his event. There is more, but I'll leave it here. When my awesome admin and friend at Nunya Business called out Brad for it and questioned him why he called he called her stupid and an idiot, etc., and blocked her. That does sound a lot like Brad. "You stupid idiots. I'm tired of this. God's on my side." So he called her stupid and an idiot and then blocked her, as well as many other admins who have questioned him about why he's doing these things. This is not acceptable behavior for any patriot. He also humiliated and publicly embarrassed a good friend of the Patriot Voice and General Flynn's personal friend, Mike Marone, the commander's artist, at his event in Kentucky. This is not okay behavior for any patriot. We are making this statement that you are aware of the kind of person you are dealing with. If you choose to follow him, he's not a good old boy that portrays himself to be. I will initially give people the benefit of the doubt, but when certain behavior is a pattern, the person's true character is revealed. That is not a character I would trust, nor would I want any other patriots to be burned or misled by him. End quote. End quote. So I think that was a pretty good call out on QAnon John's part. But Brad had a response to it. I have not seen the I haven't seen Brad. I haven't seen the part where he embarrassed the Commander's artist. I haven't seen that part at all. I would like to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. Let me see if I can find the video real quick where he responds. I need to go to his Telegram, though. Hold on just a second, and then we'll play that on the screen. If you give me just a second to pull it up. I know he responds to it and talks about how he doesn't know what a water... Or maybe he puts it out as a... Yeah, here it is. Here's Brad's response. Hold on just a second. What's the internet connection doing? Give me just a second. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's coming back. It's coming back. Is everybody back? Let me know if you're back in the chat. I had to reset the connection. Hopefully they come back. Okay, everybody's back. All right, here's Brad's response. I reset the connection. Hopefully that takes care of some of the buffering that everybody was experiencing earlier. But here's Brad's response. I don't do drama. However, it has come to my attention that someone posting nonsense and lies accusing me of stealing, laugh out loud. This will be my one and only time to address this stupidity! Exclamation point. 1, the person states that I was brazenly stealing our name. They're referring to the phrase, for God and country, that's been around forever. But supposedly, they all of a sudden have a trademark on it. That wasn't their claim. Basically, the claim was that for God and country with an event. Not just for God and country, but for God and country with an event. Then it's been around forever, but supposedly all of a sudden have a trademark on it. Like they just all of a sudden thought that the phrase up the last month and no one else can ever use that phrase again. To my knowledge, that's not even possible, but okay, whatever. 2, this person says that I agreed to change the name of my event immediately once they called me about it. Wrong. I told them we'd figure out a way to make sure folks knew that they were not associated with them and their event. 3, they state that where I wouldn't do it, my event coordinator changed the name immediately. Wrong. She told them that she'd talk with me about it. After doing so, she told them that we had our own attorney and that you can't trademark that phrase. Even if you could, ours was not the same. It was for God and country, a reunion of we the people. However, after we talked about it, she told them that we did not want ours to be associated with theirs in any way, and to possibly clear up any confusion, we just changed ours to We the People Reunion. Which we did. 4, I haven't watermarked anything. The little talk show Brad logo is in my OBS software. That is a trademark. Whether it's in your OBS software or not, that's a trademark. That's a fucking trademark. And shows up on all my videos the entire time they're being recorded. It's part of the backdrop. Well, it can be part of the backdrop because it's in the front. iDrop Media is also well seen. No one is trying to take any credit whatsoever. In fact, if you know me at all, it's hilarious that they think I would be capable of watermarking someone else's material. Oh, shit.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Q Idiot. I appreciate it. Thanks for the donation. Says $100 paid into the cult. That's Q Idiot, who is owner of thefrogonauts.com. Thank you, Q Idiot. I appreciate it. So Brad claims that his logo... So, like, basically, if I put my head up here, like my spinning head, and that's clearly me, and then I play a video behind it, that's me putting a watermark over it. Because if anybody else plays a video of mine and says, hey, I want you to see this video, it has my logo, or it has my face, or it has my symbol, or it has my whatever on it. So that is a watermark, whether it's on his OBS or not. Let me get my head back down. Thank you very much, Q Idiot. We appreciate it. That they think I'd be capable of watermarking someone else's material. Heck, I'm doing good to turn on a blame computer. 5, I have never blocked. I drop media on Telegram, and to say that is outright lying. 6, this person is saying that I copied the live stream price of 1776. Laugh out loud. How am I supposed to know what they set a price for, as I never looked up theirs? Good thing I didn't choose 1999. There's no telling who owns that idea. Laugh out loud. This person that I guess is an admin for them came on my channel tonight talking smack about me, and I banned him. But I'm somehow the bad guy for doing exactly what anyone else would have done to someone trolling. Laugh out loud. That's not true. That's not true. We don't do that here. Like, people come here and talk shit all the time. Happy to see you back and all the people here. Thank you very much. Brad's kids are probably, I didn't see that. Oh, embarrassed. I don't know. They're at the age where they're probably pretty impressionable. I don't know. I couldn't say. 8, I was accused of publicly humiliating. Where was it? 8, I was accused of publicly humiliating and embarrassing a friend of mine at our event in Kentucky, which again is a bold-faced lie. And finally, 9, if whoever truly had a problem with any of this was truly a Christian, why not come to me in private and talk instead of going on social media and telling a bunch of falsehoods on me like a bunch of junior high kids? ? As I stated above, this will be my only comment in regards to this mess, and I hate to even address this, but when someone attacks my character or integrity, I'm going to set the record straight. God bless all of you, even the people lying on me. Good night, friends. So we all know Brad has an issue with like anger problems and shit. He's threatened to sue me and said that I couldn't talk about him. Like, I wasn't allowed to mention his name. I wasn't allowed to mention the multi-level marketing he did. Like, Brad's fucking crazy. I don't think he handled this well. He could have handled it a lot better, but he didn't choose to. Instead, he decided to handle it this way. And it didn't. I don't think it looked well. I don't think it looked good for him in any capacity whatsoever. It made him look like an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's clearly watermarking the videos. He uses the videos and just plays them directly, one-for-one copies, which is not allowed. That's not covered under fair use. A one-for-one copy is never covered under fair use. And he allows people to let them think that they're his videos, even in his chat when people are like, oh, I love this video, you're so talented, Brad, he never says a word, because I've been in his chat before when it happens. I'm glad that he's finally getting called out for it, because the same thing I said, not because I was worried about anybody's copyright or anything like that. It was more like, Brad doesn't have any content or any original thoughts. Instead, he has a message group that he belongs to on Telegram or on Facebook, and he just reads from it. But in light of that, Brad come out with some new merch. So here's his new merch. This is not generic in any way. This is completely Brad's own merch. I've never seen anything like this. There's some stuff that says "We the People" and has flags on it. There's other things that have, the Betsy Ross circle. There's the country. There's the outline of the U.S. I don't think I've ever seen that on any merch. It's basically, it's basically some of the, uh-oh.
Now with the van, it's time for the Arise Resurrection Papa Milk Toast Pussy Tour.
The Arise Resurrection Papa Milk Toast Pussy Tour. I like that. We'd have to get Elon Musk satellite internet, I bet. Probably. Something like that. We're going to have to get something, and I think it's area locked right now. But we got to figure something out. That's true. We are mobile now. So this is Brad's new merch. Of course, thank you very much for that. I appreciate the donation. That was from Jetflex1717 into the cult. Thank you. We'll give some thought to the Arise Resurrection Milk Toast Pussy Papa Tour or whatever. We will be thinking about that. I just thought it was funny. This is like the most generic merch in the world that he come out with. It literally says "We the People." The same as Scott McKay's handle. The same as every other Patriot merch in the world. And it's got like the outline of the U.S. And it says "We the People." It's amazing. Some stars thrown in there. But Brad did a video. And and I want to show it. It's this one right here. So let's grab this video and play it. This is one of his most recent videos.
And I'm going to show you some.
Remember this, nothing
So here he is stealing more someone else's creation again, of course.
ever came easy. Following your convictions means you must be willing
This is not his clip or video either. No credit given to whoever made it.
to do what is right, and they know what is right, but they don't have the courage or the guts or the stamina to take it and to do it. My administration is 100%.
This is definitely, absolutely not Brad's video. This is like a fucking full-on production.
Went on that. It happened all.
Let's see if he gives any credit here. Oh, there it went. Created by who?
Days are yet to come. I can promise you that.
I think he's going to pause on it. Uh-oh.
All righty, folks. Welcome to tonight's show. Little Talk Show with Brad. This is Brad
A
Martin.
tomahawk as well. He needs it.
I wasn't going to do a show tonight where I was, but then, you know, I've been watching all of this stuff happen all day. I had an unbelievable.
Real quick, by all this stuff happen all day, this is the day of the audit results. So what he means by all this stuff happening all day is nothing.
Zoom today with Miss Kathy O'Brien. And I was going to bring you that tonight, but with everything that's going on with the, you know, the
There you go.
Arizona
Use your
audit and
mic.
all of that, I decided to do a short one on that. There's really a lot, you know, I watched a lot of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch a lot of it. It was pretty deep, and it kind of helped. Was hard to hold my attention for a while. But I want to just address a few things. Number one, you know, already this morning, they were getting out ahead of the story. The newscasters were saying that Biden's won. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to see here. Move along. And I'm like, and people are going, oh my gosh, they said on the news. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. They said.
So do not trust anybody who covered this other than Brad. Brad's going to tell you what all that actually meant. Don't trust any of the news. Don't trust any of the media outlets. Don't trust any other YouTube channel. Don't trust iDrop Media. Don't trust QAnon John. Don't trust his buddy Jordan Sather. Trust Brad. And Brad, don't listen to they. Listen to Brad. He.
Who is they? The same liars that have been lying to us for years. I mean, I just want to slap some people. I just want to slap them. I'm sorry. And you're like, wake up. Do you not realize that's what liars do? They lie. But why would they do that? Because they're liars. That's what liars do. They lie.
Because they're liars. But why would they? Because they're liars. I think that's some extra letters in there.
You know, here's a question I have for you. How did Brett Baer and
Wait a
Fox
second.
News know?
That was actually sped up. Let's listen to that in real time. What are they, Brad? Tell us about it.
I want to just address a few things.
Because they're liars.
Already this morning, they were getting out ahead of the story. The newscasters were saying that Biden's won. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to see here. Move along. And I'm like, and people are going, oh my gosh, they said on the news. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. They said.
But Brad's here.
The same liars that have been lying to us for years. I mean, I just want to slap some people. I just want to slap them. I'm sorry. And you're like, wake up. Do you not realize that's what liars do? They lie. But why would they do that? Because they're liars. That's what liars do. They lie.
Oh.
You know,
Because they're liars. That's what liars do. They lie. They're liars.
Question I have for you. How did
Oh, I
Brett...
like this.
But why would they do that? Because they're liars. That's what liars do. They lie.
That was a 3-word liars.
You know, here's a question.
Because they're liars.
And Fox News know to call the election for Biden so early, the night of November 3rd. With very few percentage of the votes already in, they were calling it. Remember that? You ever wonder how he knew to do that?
Oh, you're confused, Roderick. This is not a comedy show. His show's supposed to be serious. I know he's the funniest man on the internet by accident.
Yet he's on there today speaking the same lies. Saying, well, looks like Biden got 300 more votes or something like that.
Yep.
Well, no kidding, Sherlock. You have to see. He knew about it because he was in on the fix. Fox News was in on the...
Okay, so the Fox News hosts were literally submitting ballots. That's how they were in on it.
Fox News was used to dupe Republican voters because they had you believing them. They knew you wouldn't believe CNN or MSNBC or any of those other crap shows, but they said, you know what, they'll believe Fox still.
Liars.
Truth in there, along with Florida going our way and Ohio.
Wait, Huntsman. Do you know that he's had a rally? Do you know that he's friends with Lynn Wood? Do you know he's worn Lynn Wood's pajamas? I need you to get all your facts straight before you come at Brad. Brad.
All of that to get you to buy into it, which is usually what the devil does. He has some truth in there mixed in with the lies. Deception. You know, I just wish, please stop coming on my television channel and saying these words. Well, CNN said, well, they said, well, Fox News, well, NBC said, hello?
Well, everybody said. It's in the report.
And they're all upset. Oh my gosh, Brad, they said, but they said, I know what you said, Brad, but they said.
But why? They're liars.
I can't believe they would lie. You got to be kidding me. You act like... Wake up, people. Use your head. Stop listening to...
Yes, they know who or what God is. God is a 6 foot tall, 300-pound orange man who's retired in Florida, but not actually retired because he's running a secret government underneath and above and below and around Biden.
That crap. They're lies from the pit of hell. Stop listening. Stop. Don't sign up for that class. Don't sign up for it. Turn it off. It's only going to get you upset. It's not the truth. You might say, well, but they're telling everybody that, and that's what everybody watches. Well, you don't have to be everybody. If everybody, my mama said, if everybody went and jumped off the Mississippi River Bridge, would you do it too?
Did your mom invent that? Because I'm going to need a trademark check because my mom said that too. And I'm not nearly as old as you are, but I'm pretty sure my dad said that his mom said that, and she's much older than you.
No. Friend, they uncovered 17,126 unique voters.
Allegedly.
That had duplicates.
All this shit has to be confirmed. Not only does it have to be confirmed, but someone's going to have to take it to court. Nothing's happening right now. Not a damn thing. They just got their 5 minutes of fame to come up there and say it.
Erasing Biden's win. Did you really think that they were going to just show up today with the evidence and the I don't know, the Navy SEALs were going to come in with guns and
I hope that wasn't the sound their gun make, 2, the way they hold their weapon, and 3, they weren't in better shape.
we got them all right here. Let's arrest them. It's
a Navy SEAL weapon.
Of course it was going to have the same recount. They weren't going to find votes all of a sudden to make it different. They were auditing, looking for discrepancies, and boy, did they find them. They were everywhere, in fact. And I'm going to show you some of those here in just a minute. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Let me get over here.
So he goes, I'm going to speed it up some, but he goes to the audit results. Same little infographic we've all got. He's using this infographic, actually. Hold on. I thought he posted it. Maybe he didn't post it. It doesn't matter. But anyways, he's using the same one that's been all over Telegram.
Okay. Let me find it.
Find it, brother. Let's go.
Having a little technical difficulties tonight.
Dominoes are starting to fall. It was one domino and it missed everything, especially the court.
Oh, okay. Let me move it over here.
They're large. It's probably on Rumble. I haven't looked, but it probably is.
There's my watermark. Y'all see it back there? Right there?
That's not so let me pull this video. So see it says Brad Barton, little talk show with Brad Barton, and sometimes it has his face there. That's not the background. If it was the background, it would be behind this screen. Like I have stuff behind my screen, and that's the foreground. Like right now, there's like a Constitution, or no, I'm sorry, a flag and the Constitution is my background because it's behind the stuff. That is the foreground. Come on now.
Telegram. Oh my gosh. All right, look here. All right, so I want to show you some of this right here.
It's all in the water. Don't worry about it.
Patrick Burns said 57. I'm going to read it to you. You can't see it. Patrick Burns said 57,000.
Damn it. Stop scrolling.
57,000.
It's too sensitive.
57,734 ballots with serious issues were identified in the audit. Let me put myself on here with you. There I am. 57,734 ballots with serious issues were identified in the audit. These issues included improper voter registration, improper votes, and discrepancies in the registration. This is a conservative estimate, as there were other identified problems that were not quantified nor included in that. By
the way, the guy that he's reading is just a guy that just made this post up. This is not the official paperwork. This is not the report. This guy's saying, oh, this is a conservative estimate, and they didn't even include this, and this, and we know that this is bad and this is wrong. They didn't include that, and they didn't put this in there. They would have put it in there if they could have. This is just this guy assuming shit that didn't happen.
Total, likely resulting in a much larger number of flawed ballots. Additional issues identified: backdated registrations, multiple voter.
Y'all are confusing fucking proof and allegations. One company doesn't come in and say 250,000 votes don't count. One company doesn't do that. If it goes any further, there's going to be more people to see it. Did you see the evidence? He's speaking truth. Have you seen the other company who's got to verify this? Have you seen the other 14 who's going to verify all that? Nope, neither have we.
Registrations linked to the same voter affidavit. Voters without records in commercial databases and printing defects rendering thousands of ballots as suspicious.
If we were in a drag race and you had Bill and Jim drag racing, and Bill wins by 0.3 seconds, and Jim hires me and says, hey man, check the footage to see if he really won by 0.3 seconds. And I'm like, nope, you actually won by 0.6 seconds because he left early. That just doesn't change the fucking winner. Bill's going to go get his guy and be like, oh, you review the footage. And then the racetrack's going to go get a guy and say, you review the footage. And then the fucking association of drag racers is going to go get a guy.
In the 2020 presidential election, the margin of victory in Arizona was only 10,457 votes. a small fraction of the 57,734 ballots with known issues. Again, this is almost 6 times, read it, 6 times the margin of victory in the presidential race and is multiples of the margin of victory in other races. Based on these factual findings, the election should not be certified and the reported results are not reliable. Dr. Shiva said there was 17,322 duplicates on the first pass. Again, Biden's margin was supposedly 10,457. And he was just the first speaker. And I'm going to go on to read here what Seth Keshel says here. He says, we have an epidemic of people reading only headlines and not talking points. Reading only headlines and talking points. The vote tallies and ballot counts match the certified county results. What else would you expect? That's what I said when it took almost half a year for the audit to begin. And Maricopa taking 10 days to count votes. It's an audit, not a recount, people. Listen to me. That's what I said a while ago. Here's what he's saying. It's an audit,
a while ago,
not a recount. So yes, if it was a recount of fraudulent votes, then Biden had more. This is an audit that includes identification of ballots that should not have been cast and counted. You have to read, research, and form your own opinion. And he says, quote, I just got a notification.
Brad never has any type of genuine thought process whatsoever. He yells at his chat and then reads what someone else said.
That, end quote. Read, do not rely on others to spoon feed you. Says right here, general election results purged from EMS on February the 1st of this year. SQL logs indicate that the RTRA admin account purged the general election results from the database. Windows access logs don't have a corresponding entry. How will the headlines now explain why the data of general election was deleted from the Maricopa County machines on February the 1st, 2021?
I guarantee you what they'll say.
52 U.S.
They'll say that they'll either say if the data is still there or they can recover the data, they'll say that was erroneous entry. If the data is actually gone and no one can recover the data, they'll say it was a mistake. It was time for them to clear the results from the last election. Someone accidentally hit the wrong button, blah, 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 and they'll play innocent. They always do.
Code 2701 says, quote, shall retain and preserve for a period of 22 months from the date of any general, special, or primary election.
The same way, you guys remember that crazy lady? She was pretty upset. I wouldn't say she was crazy. She was just enthusiastic. That was driving around in, I think it was in Georgia, and she was chasing a truck that was like a shredding truck, and saying that they were shredding the ballots and blah blah blah. It turns out like that video didn't go very very far, but it turns out that they were actually shredding blank ballots from that year's election that weren't used, which is one of their security features, and previous ballots from the election 2 years ago, because it was time to do that. It was part of the house cleaning, so they could store the new paper ballots in the warehouse so they would have room.
18 U.S. Code 595, interference by administrative employees of federal, state, or territorial governments. Hearing at Arizona audit on Maricopa County audit proves officials are in.
I'm telling you, if they're smart enough to change the race, they're not dumb enough to leave a door that they can get fucking caught by saying, "Oh, by the way, we looked at the admin actions and someone went in there and just fucking deleted everything. We're gonna need to shut this down. We're gonna turn it all off, and the other guy won."
Violation of this code. That means they broke the law. And he finally ends up with this. He says, is Fox News a cocaine addiction? Is it Stockholm Syndrome? Do people enjoy
cocaine addiction? I know about cocaine addiction.
The only mainstream news station that sometimes puts up the colors red, white, and blue. Seems that people just need to comment about, but Fox is saying that Biden won, Brad. Listen, Fox News was the key player in the election theft, Seth Keshel says. They are protecting their investment in calling Arizona. It was necessary. Because of the Stockholm syndrome, because of the Stockholm addiction, 70% of Trump voters.
By the way, they never said that, okay, it's on Friday, what's going to happen is it's going to seem kind of bad, and then we're going to go into months and months of investigation. We're going to go back to he said, she said, back and forth, left and right, and there's going to be other auditors, and finally we're going to win after, 2.5 years. They said it all collapses on Friday. They have all the evidence. This was a sting. It's all over. They're giving us all. They're giving it all to us Friday. It's all over. They're done for. It's over. We win. Enough said. The best is yet to come. They never said that we're going to be tied up in a legal battle for the next 3 years.
Watch Fox News coverage. Trump got North Carolina, Florida, Ohio, Iowa, Texas, and had Georgia, and was crushing it in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
Yeah, if it is all on the up and up, how cares? I don't know how to care. You've hit me in my one weak spot, the chink in my armor. I don't know how to love. That was a low blow.
So Arizona was the emergency break. That them calling Arizona, combined with the stoppage of the counts in the Rust Belt, put people to bed. It's not going to be one tonight, they said. Then Michigan and Wisconsin were snatched overnight. Arizona to Trump would have meant Pennsylvania or Michigan was a win on election night. No one would have gone to bed. You can thank.
I know you can't see it because of the glasses, but a single tear just rolled down my cheek, fueled by rage.
Thank Fox News for their role in stealing 2020. And you're a fool, he says, to click one more link or watch one more show, no matter if you like a host or two or not.
Has anybody thought how beneficial it is for the grifters that own a YouTube channel that do news and current events and election coverage and presidential stuff? How beneficial? Would it be beneficial for them to say, hey, go watch Fox News? They're trying their best. Make sure you tune in, especially during the time slot when I'm live on YouTube. Or would it be beneficial for them to say, don't watch anybody. Everybody's a liar. Everybody's lying to you but me. Which one do you think would get them more viewers?
Now, let me pull this back up. I have a lot of people on here saying, well, my kids think I'm crazy. And well, my kids, I'm so tired of this. And my kids are making fun of me and they think I'm not woke and I'm crazy. And
this is funny right here. But yeah, there was a lot of impropriety for sure and other things that went on. The problem is we can't prove anything. And if y'all can't prove it, I don't even want to fucking hear about it. Why would I? It's just like any other conspiracy. Oh, we've never been to the moon. Okay? What does that fix? Tell me. What are we going to do with that? Because they seem to have a lot of evidence, and I don't think we do.
All this stuff. Quick, let me give you a piece of advice. You say, well, it may be easy for you to say, Brad, your kids are not there yet.
Dude, it doesn't matter if you're you're a Democrat or a Republican. If our vote doesn't count, I'm old, you are. Again, with the low blows. I just turned 32 and I've really been struggling with it. And I can't love. I didn't know this was going to be a fight to the death.
My kids are 20, 18, and 15. So maybe not. But I know one thing. If you keep trying to, what happens as an adult, and I've learned this I learned this as a kid and as an adult now. If you keep pushing your kids and keep telling them and keep trying to tell them, what does it do? It turns them away. It turns them off.
Now listen, the first time their whole narrative up until this point has been, we had to happen this way. We had to let Joe Biden look awful. We had to ruin our country. We had to ruin our economy. We had to get soldiers killed in Afghanistan. We had to slip in our level of world superpower. We had to look like the dumbasses. We had to do this. We had to force people. We had to kill people. People had to die. We had to do this so people would understand it. And now the narrative is, don't push too hard because people will push back. They'll run away. They'll flee. This has got to be very subtle. Gotcha.
Look, the best thing you can do, if I can give you any advice, would be to Just love your kids. Even if they're being idiots. Just love them.
Hey, kids.
I mean, give them...
Kids, I love you. You're special. Go home. Oh, by the way, if you get picked up by the feds, I'm just going to leave you there. I have the power to pardon you. I have the power to get you out. I have the power to do something. But just remember, I love you. You're special. Go home. Don't get caught by the feds because I'm not doing anything.
Some information here and there. Get them to say, hey, look at this, look at that. But you need to stop worrying about it. You need to stop trying to convince them. Just love them where they are. They know your heart's in the right place. You know, somebody said earlier on, I saw it.
I do my best.
Said, we'll just do some more whining.
You're killing me.
That's it. You know, we lost, so you know something. I've lost so many friends over this, and I'm just looking like the fool. I'm tired of it.
You know what's going to happen? If they don't have a big event at the Capitol with a couple nut jobs and a few hundred rounds, they're going to keep this tied up and keep your hope in it and keep you quiet and keep you sitting and keep you waiting and keep you thinking it's taken care of until they elect the next Democrat president, Kamala, in 2024. Good luck.
But I'm about ready to give up. Huh? Huh?
Ah!
Why are you in this fight then? So since things don't go your way, you're ready to give up? Or you think that things are going your way, you're ready to throw in the towel? What happened to a man sticks with his convictions because when he knows what's right, he does what is right, and he stands on what is right, and he...
Wait. If we're talking about sticking to our guns here, Brad, how many times have you changed the narrative? Because right now you're telling us we're going to be tied up in a legal battle for years because they couldn't just run in with Navy SEALs. But 3 days ago, everything's fixed on Friday. Everything. We got it all. We got the evidence. I got a guy who's got a police vest who tells me that everybody knows that Trump's already the president. We're done. That's the wrong use of your as well. It's you are right. You are right. So it'd be your with an apostrophe R-E. So are we sticking to our guns or are we changing the story every time we have a show?
He will not back down. He will not compromise.
By the way, there is some power in sticking to your guns. There is some power into not letting somebody gut check you out of what you believe, to not letting the first person that comes along say that's stupid and you're like, oh, maybe that is stupid. But there's also going too far with that, to where you can't see any other evidence, to where you can't see anybody else's point, to where you never change your ideas or what you believe in, and you die fucking never knowing the truth because your dad told you 45 years ago that, or 68 years ago, that this is the way and it'll never change. Stick by your gut.
Patriots, we the people are going to have to stand up. And that leads me to my last point before I go into something else here.
I don't even think they would have to try hard to stretch this out to the next election. We're already a year deep, and we've had one audit by one company who was not even accredited, and no one is giving any credit to, because they're not accredited through the Election Association Commission or whatever, the Election Audit Association and Commission or whatever it is. They're not even accredited through that. And we're already a year into it, and nothing's happened. Nothing. So how long is it going to take to do the rest of it? How many states do we have to do like this?
You know, I see people every day. We were out there. We were out there yesterday.
He spikes his hair around a bald spot.
Here in downtown Chattanooga. Bunch of the symphony.
He kind of looks like a traditional lesbian.
To get vaccinated or whatever, or they can't perform.
Like a butchy traditional lesbian in a flannel shirt, sleeves rolled up.
And, and of course,
this is funny. Listen. Brad is out in the street somewhere protesting, and apparently young college girls are driving by screaming, "Fuck you, Brad! Fuck you!" And he's saying, "Not today. No one wants to go that low. I wouldn't have sex with you, lady."
Go into something else here. I see people every day. We were out there. We were out there yesterday doing a protest out at Memorial Auditorium here in downtown Chattanooga. A bunch of the symphony people. They were forcing them to get vaccinated or whatever, or they can't perform in the symphony. So some of them said, "Screw you."
I saw you in there, Jay Reese. What's up, man?
With us. And and of course, I don't know anybody there. I'm just down there to support them, just like we all are right here. And we got to
go
together. It doesn't matter if you got somebody down there or not. That's you. You or me.
I wouldn't let me see the size of your thumbs so I can decide. I'm a thumb man myself. Not ass, not tits. Show me them. Show me those appendages. Let me see your digits. Like my phone number? No, like your literal phalanges. I'm sorry.
I'm you, or whatever the saying is. We're all in this together, okay? Can't just be if it's you and your family. It's got to be everybody's together. And we got a lot of beep 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 beep. Yeah, thumbs up. And then we got some people,
there he was.
There, and
That's his fetish
for some reason. I don't know why, but it's usually the younger.
It's usually young girls for some reason. So this is a stroke to his ego, as well as his stand up and do the righteous thing part. This is a very, very strange stance he's taking here.
Girls like college age or like late, early mid 20s, and they're riding by, and some of them are going "F you" and throwing us the bird, and some ladies got tickled at me because
the ladies there got tickled at me. So Brad's doing his comedy routine, and everybody knows how funny Brad is, right? Have you guys ever heard Brad tell a joke? Please put down the gun. We don't want to start a pistol. It's just his comedy routine.
Holler back at them when they'd say "F you" or whatever, and I'd say, "Not with you. No, thank you. Nobody's that desperate."
Not with you. No, thank you. Nobody's that desperate. What are you, a liars? Oh, the beauty in this entire routine is that they're on the side of the interstate and they're traveling at 75 miles an hour driving down the road. So they stick their finger out and they're like, "Fuck you." And all they hear is, "Ah." And he's just fucking rolling. "I got him good. That probably stung." No, but no. It's all they hear. It's all they got.
You got to have fun. You got to have fun with this. And but here's the truth of the matter. And I got a text from another friend today that said that TVA is now requiring all of their employees.
This is his comedy routine. This is how Brad does funny. The ladies got so tickled. The ladies from the local Presbyterian Church Auxiliary were like, "You're the funniest guy I've ever met. Do you have a sledgehammer and a watermelon? That's the only way you could top this act. Could you please bust a watermelon on the bridge we're standing on? Use it like a stage."
To take the vaccine, and here's the deal, and they're saying, people are losing their careers, they're losing their income, they're losing their family.
Look, we don't even have to talk about desperate. Brad's desperate. Hell, I'm even desperate. It's COVID times. I've masturbated so many times in the shower. If I walk outside and there's a light drizzle going on, I immediately get a hard on. Like I can't even leave the camper when there's anything more than a light drizzle going on. It's too much.
Their job, their insurance. There's tons of people look. We can stop this when we refuse to comply. Hell, they can't fire everybody. They won't have anybody to work. They can't throw everybody into jail. I mean, you see, when we, the people,
I've actually used that excuse before. I've done that a couple times. Like, they can't arrest us all. Never once did it end well for me and my friends. They were like, "They can't arrest us all." Yeah, we can. Yeah, we've got many more cells than you would expect.
Are a lot more than them. And when we get together and decide,
can anyone here even milk a goat? We will see who will survive. Are you shitting me? My wife's in the chat. Fuck you. I don't know. I'm so fucking country in that way that I guarantee you, if you grew up in Colorado, you don't hold a fucking candle. It surprises my wife the weird shit I know about animals and farming and all kinds of weird shit. I'm not proud of it. I think it's fucking weird. I can play a banjo, you dumb cunt. If that tells you anything about how I was brought up, it confuses you because I'm smart and I can spell and I know how to use the proper prepositions and construct a sentence properly, and that confuses the fuck out of you. And you're like, I milk goats.
We ain't putting up with your bull.
By the way, is that going to be the testing standard? Like either go into the camp or milk this goat. And can I substitute an animal? Because I can milk a bull a lot better than I can a goat.
You understand me? We are going to stand firm. When that happens, you will see things change. You will see the will of the people become what's the result. But as long as
let's say like Jay said,
as long as we're willing to, well, I've got to keep my job because I've got to protect my family and I've got to provide for my family and I got to.
What? He is downing people for having to keep their job to protect and provide for their family. Protect and provide for their family. He is downing his chat for saying, I got to keep my job. I got to protect and provide for my family. That's not true, Mariah. You can milk much more than anything with nipples. Show me the nipple on an almond. Show me.
Keep my job because I've got to protect my family and I've got to provide for my family and I got to. How you gonna provide for your family when you're dead?
Yeah, you can't use that as an excuse. You can't say like I got to provide for my family or I got to pay my house, but you can't do it. You can't do it.
Do your research. Don't take my word for it. Look into it. You'll see the truth. It's unbelievable what this is doing to people all over the world. And this has all been planned. Rockefeller lockstep. Look it up. And yet people will look it up and they'll still go, well, I don't know. You know, it's just part of it. We just got to keep. You know, do we all have to die because of your ignorance? And don't take it.
Do we listen to this motherfucker? This, the world famed virologist from Chattanooga, Tennessee, the millionaire pyramid schemer, just said, do we all have to die because how dumb you are? Do we all have to die because how dumb you are? That man is calling you out. All of y'all.
Everything I say personal, all right? So if I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you, okay? I'm talking about these crazy people that, I don't know. And these are hard answers. These are hard questions. I don't know what the...
Mariah always smokes a cigarette after she milks me. How do you think we found out that my milk was flammable? I think it's got something to do with the Satanism. I don't know.
The answer is, maybe it's, you know what? If I'm going to lose my job, maybe sell your house and move to a smaller place, in a different place, and get another kind of job. I don't know. But nothing's worth giving up your life. You need to be here for your kids.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carolyn. I hope you get to feeling better. For real.
We've got to stand up as one. Now, I want to do one other thing here before I go. And that's this. I want to show you, and I'm not...
Right, I think you missed the part of the joke that was funny. It wasn't the smoking part. It was the flammable semen. That was you missed the punchline. The punchline wasn't Mariah smokes. And that's not true because you quit smoking. The punchline was my semen is flammable. It's flammable semen.
I'm going to
You'll get there. You'll get there. Stick with me.
I'm going to to show you.
Try to
this.
keep up.
Okay. Okay. This is
No.
This was an example. Now this was an example. If you watch this, and you can look this stuff up. It's all over Telegram and everywhere else. But if you saw, they were photoshopping these ballots, and you can tell it because the certification stamp saying that it's certified was
Mark was here at the first.
triangle you're seeing right here. That was a pointer. It's pointing to where you're supposed to sign or whatever, place your signature. It's all over the place. They were photoshopping.
I want to see this. Hold on. Sorry, I'm Googling something. I want to see this. Arrow over the decertified. Here it is. Let's see what they're claiming here. This is I'm not saying this is a valid source. This is from survival.magazine.org. So, hold on. Americans across the country are calling, blah, blah, blah. Twitter showed ballots that were Dr. Shiva with stamps behind the print on the page. What was that? Oh, that's the tweet right there. Let's see if I can get this. Hold on. I'm going to somebody's Twitter account to see if it's a public post. Scanning, you would know anything about black scans when white when scanned. Exactly. Hold on. There's actually negative film. If you're getting the results negative, zero scanner, your settings. So this is what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so to make these have been scanned, right? They're on a computer. So these have been scanned, and hold on. Let me show you what she's showing, and then I'll show you this explanation because it explains it better than I probably can. If you've ever used an industrial scanner, like a industrial scanner printer, when you have text over text, it does some really weird stuff when it's trying to do solid black and solid white and intersecting black and white. It puts spaces where there weren't spaces before because the scanner software thinks that it's made a mistake running this stuff together, because typically you don't have shit run together like that, especially when you're talking about text. So this is what she shared. We can do this. Open image in a new tab. So this is what she shared, okay? We do have blanks and spaces. We do have shit here. There's another one. We have weird spaces around this one and another arrow approved. We have another arrow here. So I'm guessing that this arrow is going to be solid black. I'm guessing that this arrow is solid black when it goes into this industrial scanner. Let's see. Somebody explained it here. Probably better than I can. If you knew anything about scanning, you would know anything black scans white when scanned. That's actually negative film. If you are getting the results of negatives from your scanner, your settings are wrong. You may not know much about scanning. So they're scanning. So there's a way to fix this in the settings, but they're not using the scanner right. So if this was the actual ballot and someone had it in their hand and took a picture with their phone, that would be something different than a scanned copy. Go scan. If you work at an office, go scan some shit. Draw a black box, right in front of it, right behind it, right around it, do different things, and then go scan it and see if it doesn't fuck with you. I guarantee it will. Anyways, these are scans because that decertify right there is supposed to be red. That decertify right there is supposed to be red, so we know it's not an original.
These things. I mean, how
they're making evidence where it doesn't exist.
Okay, it was.
And I blow the bitches down.
Look at this. Findings. Excuse me. Canvas showed over 3,400 more ballots were casted than recorded. Over 9,000 more mail-in ballots were received and recorded than even was sent out by the county. How's that happen? This is what the findings was of the audit, people. Fraud. And by the way, fraud vitiates everything. Precincts show more ballots casted on election day than people who showed up to vote. 1,500 extra ones. Approximately 2,500 ballots were shown in the early vote returns.
Oh, red doesn't copy well. That's true. That's why most things are black and white.
1,000 early votes shown in the county's final vote file that do not have a corresponding entry in the early voting returns file. Well, that's odd, isn't it? Over 23,000 voted by mail after moving after the October 5th cutoff.
I can milk bees, Dwayne. Basically, anything above an A is pretty easy. I can do an A, but it really takes some finesse. It's really close to the breastplate, to the rib cage. But B's, C's, D's, double D's, I can milk all those. I don't know if you're bragging, but I can do that.
2,382 voters casted votes in Maricopa County in person after moving out of the county. Over 2,000 voters who moved out of Arizona during the 29 days before the election were given a full ballot instead of a presidential-only ballot. Close to 300 dead voters potentially voted. There are an unprecedented number of discrepancies in the vote total.
Sometimes I don't even milk it. It just goes straight in my mouth and I spit it in a cup or a bowl of cereal or whatever you want milk for. I'm not the greatest server, but I'm pretty good at it.
This could only happen through malicious actions or severe incompetence from Maricopa County officials. Too many discrepancies to declare an outright winner of Arizona's electoral votes.
Yeah, I'll send it. See if I can send it to myself, Tony. Hold on.
Here's the last thing, and I'm going to try to make this bigger where you can see it.
I got service.
Okay. The Cyber Ninjas, who was hired to do this executive summary, the guarantee, and I'm reading right here in black, in the solid black right here, the guarantee of the secret ballot is not only a right that applies to the voter himself, but is also a right guaranteed to the rest of those voting in the election that person's ballot is secret and therefore cannot have come under any undue influence.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Today is not the day. Or tomorrow. Fuck
Today.
Brad.
Welcome
back, Will.
Today. Thank you very much, Huntsman. That's $50 into the cult. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be back. It makes me feel better. I'm less angry and violent. I don't lash out and then use my eyes, my personal punching bag, nearly as often. I would say I was probably up to about 9 to 10 times a week. We've brought that back down to 5 or 6 times a week. So we're doing better.
Now,
thank you.
It goes on to say,
glad to be back.
Again, look right here. In the 2020 presidential election, the margin of victory was only 10,457 votes, a small fraction of the 57,000 votes ballots.
Oh no, the buy me a coffees didn't come through. Hold on just a second. I just got a buy me a coffee from John Frank. Let me first refresh this so they'll work maybe. I don't know. They've been struggling to work at all, and I don't know why. It's got to be something on their end. My shit's working fine. Anyways, I got a buy me a coffee from John Frank. I missed you, boo. Fuck Brad. Glad you're back. Thank you very much. I think someone bought you 3 6-packs. Says, "Yay, you're back." Brad sucks. I agree, and that was all of them. Thank you for that. I tried to refresh it. Maybe it'll work now.
That we talked about earlier. Again, this is almost 6 times the margin of victory. And as multiples of the margin of victory in other races. Based on these factual findings, in all bold, the election should not be certified and the reported results are not reliable. Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Do you understand this?
Do you even understand this?
Now, you might say, okay, Brad, well, what's going to happen now? Well, I don't know. I'm not
I have no idea. I have no idea at all.
Fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't believe in that stuff.
Glad to be back, Carolyn. Thank you.
What I can tell you is we're going to find out if people have the guts to do what's right. We're going to find out. But this is just the first domino. That's why I wore my shirt today. Today. Pastor Johnny said today.
I can't believe you just called him out that today's not the day. And then he went to his shirt and said today.
Today's the first day. The first domino.
So there's a small window that stuff can be certified and then decertified with enough evidence, court hearings, orders, injunctions, stuff that takes time. The biggest problem that you have taken back, I personally think, the biggest problem you're going to have turning around, taking back, saying, no, this isn't right, we're taking it back, is the inauguration. I don't know how you're going to fucking get that back. I don't care how many you fucking go back with. He's already been inaugurated. He's sitting. Even if you impeach him and remove him from office, he goes down the line. He doesn't go to the second place guy. Like it.
To start falling. And they're fixing to start falling fast, friend. Lots of stuff's going on.
Carillion, we agreed we weren't going to discuss that, but thanks for calling me out.
Held up out there. Everything is coming together. Will we hear the EBS soon? I don't know. A lot of people saying that Trump's been spotted in Washington lately. I believe that.
That's not fair. They're not going to do a do-over. That's not fair at all. That's not fair at all. I mean, I think it would help Trump, but because of how shitty everything's been going, but they're not going to do a do-over. Are you crazy? This isn't fucking Jack's on the playground. Oh, yeah, that was a bad bounce, dude. Do-over. Do-over. Mulligan.
Wait to hear what he's got to say tomorrow. I'm still tempted to get in the car and go down there. It's only about 4 hours. But I will tell you this. This was the first domino, and things are going to start falling. Quit listening to the mainstream media. They are liars. They're only going to get you upset, bent out of shape, and all those things. Now, I want to say a couple things real quick.
Brad claims that he has a close family member, relative, or friend that is on Biden's staff, one that's on Biden's staff, one that's on Trump's staff, and one that's part of the 10 to 20 people who are Q in the intelligence community. So not only, think of the odds of this, okay? What are the odds that he knows someone that works for Biden closely that would have information that no one else would have, works for Trump closely, that would have information that no one else has, and then works for a group that doesn't exist, only in Brad's mind, and has information that no one else has? Come the fuck on.
As we go, I got to show you this. Listen.
Oh, he's also got a friend that's in federal law enforcement that sent him a picture of his vest and his gun, and he says that all his friends that work in federal law enforcement with him all know that Trump's really the president.
Like I said the other night, it's unbelievable the people that have purchased our We the People reunion shirts from the big event in Kentucky, and the
inauguration was not fake. I have friends that were there. I don't have famous friends. I don't have friends that are politicians. I have friends that finished their years of service in the National Guard and were literally called up there for protection and watched it go on. It wasn't fake. It was cold and overcast and spitting snow at the start of the day. Later on in the day, the sun come out, still kind of chilly because they were still in their fleeces. Yeah, they were there. They watched the whole thing.
And people were asking for caps, and people were asking for hoodies and long sleeve shirts and all this kind of stuff. So, hey, you know what we said? All right, we're going to give it to them. All right, so we put together some other stuff. I'm going to show it to you right here. I'm excited to share it with you.
Brad, going to give it to you. Going to give it to you.
And there it is. Now, again, we got the original.
Ooh.
We the People reunion shirts. These are the ones we had.
It's very unique, Brad.
$20. And then, look at this.
Do you guys know that Charlie later admitted that he was actually watching the inauguration from when Obama was inaugurated and they were inaugurating Biden as vice president? That was his excuse for why he thought he got it 12 hours early.
Look at this. We got our cap.
Yeah, so the guy who was my truck commander in Iraq is now in the National Guard, and I FaceTimed him during the inauguration. Well, about an hour before the inauguration.
We the People reunion. This is an awesome hat, and it also comes in another color. I'll show you here in just a second.
What color? Tell me, what color?
Yeah, I'll show you. Oh, here it is. Right there.
Woo!
Kind of in an olive color as well. So we got black and
olive green, olive drab.
Right, and then let's go down
color
here.
Everybody hates.
Now look at these. These are a little bit different. We style these just a little bit different, and I think these are really cool.
Yes.
We added Hawaii and Alaska down there. Sorry, Alaska, we couldn't put you up top up there by We the People. It kind of messes up the look of it. But you see right there.
Alaska's right by Texas and Hawaii.
Check this out. Okay.
I have never, ever in my life seen somebody use that star round logo. This is so unique to Brad. I don't even think he knows how unique it is. Like, I've never seen any company ever use those logos. This is not generic. This is Brad. He probably had this personally drawn. I've never seen anybody use that logo. This is the greatest unique merch I believe I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen any company use it. I've definitely never seen Under Armour use it. The shirt I was wearing yesterday, I've never seen anybody use it there. Nine Line Apparel. I've never seen Grunt Style use it. That was a shirt I was wearing the day before. I've never seen anybody use anything even remotely similar to this design. This is the greatest shirt of all time.
Okay, these are the long sleeve shirts. Okay, and they are awesome. They are awesome. And then of course we got the hoodies down here, and you can see those right here. The hoodies. Okay, right here. We the People reunion.
Look at that.
These are going to fly. I mean, in fact, I think I'm not sure if these down here, these. What am I trying to say? Let me scroll up here.
So the two girls, I've done a debunk on it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you where that video's at. Basically, they even went back and mapped where the cameras were. So the cameras are a long ways off. They're long distance. They're zoomed in. One is up one level. The first camera you see the girls in is up one level and a little bit to the left. The other one is down one level and a little bit to the right. It's the same reason that the glass moves. They say, oh, there was no bulletproof glass, and then there's bulletproof glass. It's the same reason the glass panel moves. It's such a long distance, and it looks like such a subtle change on the subject matter where they're pointed at, that it almost looks like the same camera angle, but it does shift slightly. I can show you in a minute when we're done with this video. It does shift slightly, and all you're seeing is instead of his granddaughters disappearing, they go from here to just off screen over here, and you can still see all the people beside them in order still, every person.
If these down here are really not better looking than the original T-shirt. I mean, I just love.
That's right. He's got to pay everybody off for his event.
It's awesome, and I love those caps too. That is going to be that's just unbelievable, man. The caps, the olive color, and then of course the black. And so anyway, but you can get those. I'm going to put the link in the description here on Rumble, and I also put it on Telegram in the post. But again, you will. I'll have the link there for you so you can order it and get your gear. And so anyway, I want to close. I want to close with. Let me get off this. Okay, I want to close with a word of prayer, and then after the prayer, I've got one other thing for you that I want to close out with that you are going to love. And let me just say this. The Kathy O'Brien Zoom interview that I did today was one of the most powerful things that I've ever heard. I can't wait to share it with you. I'm going to do that soon, very soon. And it'll be one of the shows coming up. But it's going to blow your mind of what this lady has been through and what she's done to help our country. She is a true American hero. And I can't wait to share it with you. So with that, let's pray.
Uh-oh, prayer time. Let me see if I can skip ahead.
Things are going to happen as you like it. Here it goes.
Oh, you're going to like this. Here we go. Who's this from? MAGA TV? I wonder if he gives them credit. There's the watermark. We're watermarked up.
What truly matters is not which party controls our government.
Yeah, I can't take any more of these pep videos or whatever. We will watch that video though, Huntsman. Give me just a second. I've already got it pulled up, the official the feed that they showed at the White House. Let me go back to where it starts. 7:45. No. Let me back up just a little bit more. 7:38 maybe. Okay, that's where it starts. Let me show this right quick. Tony got a pig that he inherited, apparently. So here is the pig. Let's see. Open with... What is Beef Funky Photo Editor? This seems interesting. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Jesus Christ. Why are you asking me all these permissions? Hold on just a second. I just want to show the pig. God damn it. It didn't even work. Hold on. Let me just download it. There we go. Here's Tony's pig. He has named it Meatball, apparently. That is Tony's pig that was inherited. There you go. There's the pig. It's actually a really sad story. Was it your cousin or your aunt? What did you say, Tony? Passed away and he inherited a potbelly pig. So there's his new pig. Here's the video while we're talking about it before I forget. Here's the official. This is the official video that came from the regular feed and then was uploaded. It's now private, but it's on the whitehouse.gov YouTube site. Here's the video that everybody saw. I guess I could play the music or the sound too. All right, so there's girl and girl. So Biden starts to turn to the camera, and at the same time, we're going to get a camera switch as well.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly...
So there's the camera switch. Now, girl is going to be right here off the camera, off the side of the camera, two girls.
Swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of...
We're going to switch back. Hold on.
Office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability...
Third camera angle.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Still just off camera. There we are. Girl and girl again. So you can see the front of her face in this previous camera angle, but you can't see... you can see the front of her face, but those girls are behind her in all the angles. So the girls are behind her, girl and girl, and you can see the front of her face is all you can see in the next angle. Here we go again. Girl and girl, front of her face, so we're not going to be able to see the girls behind her. There's no way.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President...
I like how Pelosi looks like she's hungover as fuck and has to wear her glasses.
Of the United States.
Office of President of the
Like
United
got big giant bags under her eyes, bloodshot, reptilian eyes.
States.
And will, to the best of my ability...
Will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Front of face, still not going to be able to see anybody behind her. Girl and girl behind her. They also look like they're online with her, but they're not. You can tell when they walk up.
Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
All right, face. Girl and girl still to the rear of her. God, I was hoping we'd get to see him right there. I can't remember where we see him again. If we see him again. Wrong camera angle for it. That's that angle they walked in at, and people are already leaving. It's just two different camera angles that you're not going to be able to see girl and girl. This is the camera angle where we see half the face because she's there. So girl and girl should be right here. And Nancy, of course. See if we get one more flip for the camera angle and see them back there again. Be nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
I wonder if they're in that right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
All right, hold on. Let me grab this. I used to have all this shit saved on my hard drive. I don't know if it's saved anymore. All the different angles and where they were at. They ended up going back and mapping it out to show where everybody was at, and including the cameras. If they are there, I don't think we're going to get to see them. Or they might have already seated. There's some people that are seated already. One should be right here behind his shoulder, and one should be right here, that head. But I don't think we're going to be able to make it out. It was the same thing with the bulletproof glass. They kept saying the bulletproof glass wasn't there, but it was there because they were switching the cameras at a higher angle. And we weren't able to see it. I wonder who this is. It's got a fucking perfect reflection in that glass. Yeah, I don't think we're able to see him there. It's just a change in camera angle. If you see the front of that one, the girl's face beside him, you're not going to be able to see the two behind him, because when they first walk in at 7:38. So she's clearly in front of everybody. So if you can see the front of her face at a profile, you're not going to be able to see the two girls behind her. So see her elbow, she's in front of them. She's definitely in front of them, and that's where they stand. So when we switch to see her profile, if all we can see is the profile of the side of her face, we're not going to be able to see those two girls. There's no way. There's no possible way we can see them.
Biden Jr. do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office.
Anyways, I don't like watching Joe Biden either. We went through this. We went through that. There's one more video I want to pull up right now before we just start bouncing around. Kirsten W's reflection? I hope not. We've got to go to Legacy Marketing Network. Legacy. Oh, I spelled it with a K. Marketing. Legacy. And the video I want to watch is probably not his most recent one. Oh, well. Is he on again tonight? I wanted to watch the Jason Q video, but I didn't know he was on again. That ML guy's fucking crazy as shit. That's Jason Q, right? Hold on.
Yes. I couldn't even get a phone call with him. They're
Oh God, we got to watch the latest one, I guess. I don't know how else to do it. Here we go. Get up on this bitch. It's already an hour and a half into it. They got to end soon. Here we go. Look at Mike's face. Look at Mike's face. Here we go, boys.
hey, what's happening?
Hey.
Here we go. The Sunday night Trump train.
One, why did you turn your hat backwards? Didn't you guys make fun of me because I was wearing my hat backwards? Two, why are you wearing a USMC hat, Marine Corps hat? Are you just trying to send some kind of secret signal that the Marines are in charge? Because I know it's just not you like the hat. Three, if anybody knows of the clips that I'm tagged in by Frog News Network, I want to watch those as well.
Already.
I need a timestamp, though. I can't do it all.
What's that we got going on here? We should be full strength on the video.
It looks full strength. It looks great. You could hardly see that smudge over your entire body and face.
Excuse me. All right. So, a lot going on. Be with you tomorrow night to share the breakdown of the Trump speech.
All right. Got to break down his speech for all the secret messages.
Standing on my signal. I'm sitting right here with the router plugged in next to me.
Wait.
It'll clear up in just a second.
Is that hair melted to your... What is that? Is that hair melted to your skin? How can you be bald here and have a tuft of hair all the way down touching your eyebrow here? What the fuck is that? Is that his hair?
Sitting right here with the router plugged in next to me.
Might get him with a Sharpie.
It is definitely getting exciting, guys. Remember, we must manage our expectations. You're going to learn a lot tonight about what the storm is and how all the dates fit together as far as not things happening, but as far as the plan.
It's a hair system.
All right. How a lot of this is going to unfold over the coming days and weeks. All right. With that being said, I'm not going to waste a lot of time. So y'all need to like and share this out. Get as many people on as you can. This information is not done.
Let's see how many viewers he's got. 16,000 people are watching the Hopium channel. 16,000 people have to live stream Hope. because they have none left. Are you shitting me?
Done just by me. It's Jason Q mostly. He pulls it all together for us, gets it all organized, and basically what I'm going to do is play the video where he does that and shares it with us. Okay, and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, so he's just playing his video. It's not an interview. Damn it.
So let's get this thing shared out. And why is
I thought it was an interview.
What's the hell? That would be part of the reason why.
I wish we had 16,000 people, not because like I need the attention or money or fame or whatever comes with that. It's just sad to think that, like, my show's mostly a comedy show, but there are shows out there that are not comedy or not mostly comedy that spread the truth that I would love to see 16,000 people on instead of 200 or 250 or whatever. But instead, the Hopium channels have all the fucking viewers because everybody wants to have all the hope they can get.
Let me straighten out this signal.
I blow the bitches down.
All right.
The fruitcake company's pissed. I actually do have a sponsor now. I need to get that video together.
That should help a ton right there. There we go. Full strength.
Full strength. Full send.
Everybody let me know if we're 5x5, and make sure you're liking and sharing this out.
3x7.
And sharing this out. Rob, thank you for joining us. Lori, thank you. Bigfoot Billy, thank you for joining us.
I was told by a big YouTuber that everybody fakes it till they make it by buying viewers. I've never bought viewers.
Glad for you to share that way as well. That'd be awesome. But I do have some decode I've done myself to different parts of the speech that I deemed important. And some funny stuff. I mean, he said he coded some funny stuff, you know, and you'll learn about that over the coming days if somebody don't spill it.
You'll learn about it over the coming days.
All the way. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. Make sure
17 by 17.
Get everybody, okay? As soon as I start this video, he's already in it, okay? He's already in it. It's already live and going into it. So make sure that you're ready to pay attention. I'll give you a 1, 2, 3 count, and then we'll hit it, okay? Charlotte, North Carolina in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Cindy, for sharing.
Yeah, his filter is called shitty camera. Shitty camera. It just puts a smudge over your entire body.
Rob, I think you said I'll be glad to be on the show. If there's only way I can slow down the Facebook chat, it's like I could the YouTube chat. Thank you, Rob. I'll send you a link tomorrow evening by 8 p.m., an hour before. Fort Walton Beach, Florida, welcome. North Carolina girl here. Pink Hill, North Carolina, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pennsylvania in the house. Maryland in the house. Wendy, thank you for sharing and welcome to the show. Pico Riviera, California.
Set up some. My back's been hurt.
Thank you. Ohio, Hudson Valley, New York. From Lee Summit, Missouri, Kansas City, suburb, Oregon, Marietta, Georgia.
This is Mark Panene.
Alabama, Nebraska, Keysville, Virginia, Idaho. Nothing slow about Patriots. That's right.
Nothing slow about Patriots. It looks like we have the Donna Hope team on our streaming channels.
It was awesome, guys. Spinning in the trenches, digging. You're going to learn about digging here in a little bit. Okay. Jason gives it a whole new meaning. Maplewood, Minnesota. Hot dogs come. Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs. Where's that Trump train?
Don't get Panene confused with Panus. Those are two things that never come in contact with each other, okay?
Trump train. California, Kentucky in the house. Stanton, Virginia in the house. Michigan, where we go one, we go all. Patty, welcome. Uh-oh. All right.
Drunk Mark.
Oregon in the house. 5x5, Alice. Thank you. Stanton, Virginia in the house. Amish country, Middlefield, Ohio. Welcome.
Yeah, I know that lady. That was the Sweet 17 or whatever. I've seen. We started watching part of her video and my internet went out. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. They did it with the frogs. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Welcome, Amish country. Crossville, Tennessee. Sheridan Light from New York.
Will somebody go into his chat and next time he's giving out shout outs and tell him that you're in the Kroger in Collierville, Tennessee. Collierville, Tennessee.
All right, West Virginia, ready for some news? Awesome rally. That's right, it was.
Awesome rally. That's right, there it was.
I think that says Surgeonville, Tennessee. Trump train.
Trump's right. I got to speed it back up. I'm dying.
Guys, to God be the glory for everything that's done. Not by me, by you as well. Because we're all doing our part. Trump train in Pennsylvania. Awesome. Fraudulent Arizona. Love Ohio. Welcome, Royal. Hey, Sandra. Somebody shouting out to Sandra.
I'm super embarrassed when he shouts out my town. Don't feel bad.
Welcome, welcome. Arizona in the house. Blairsville, Georgia in the house. Hi from Wise, Virginia. Bedford, Texas. Cleveland, Ohio. Trump train in Indiana. All aboard the Trump train. Indiana. 1776.
Drunk on opium. That's funny.
Welcome, Prepper. Swampland of Choctaw, Louisiana. Welcome. Michael, thank you and welcome.
I see a resemblance between Mark and Jason, but it's not as strong as between him and Charlie Ward. They have the exact same head, shape, dimensions, earless.
Lakeville, Minnesota. Blessing to all. Trump train, Australia in the house. There we go. Australia in the house. Long Beach, California. Lubbock, Texas. Everett, West Virginia. All right, on the count of three, this video is going to start. So
what everybody thought it was.
All right, on the count of three, this video is going to start. So you want to slow down, put it in the chat, and you want to start listening.
1, 4, 3, 2, 3.
We found the storm.
Wait, you didn't count, dude. On the count of 3, we're going to go. Are you ready? Go. What the fuck? You didn't count, dude.
Let's start listening, okay?
He's telling people they got to start listening, and then he forgot to count.
We found
slow down, put it in the chat, and you want to start listening, okay? Slow down, put it in the chat. All right, on the count of 3, this video is the kingdom. All right, we're 9 minutes in, guys. All right, on the count of 3, this video is going to start. So you want to slow down, put it in the chat, and you want to start listening, okay?
We found the storm.
You forgot to count.
What the storm is. And the storm isn't what everybody thought it was. The storm is actually something way different, which is actually pretty slick on his part, on President Trump's part, because it just shows that he knew all along that these guys, they were going to pull this, but they had to have, they had to have as many, they had to save as many people as they could.
Is this a Frog News video? Who just said yep? Is he stealing this from Frog News?
But that's what's going to prove that he's going to bring them all back. And it's going to make him pretty much,
I'm already working on a graphic overlay that shows Charlie, and then it pulls your head over top of it, and then it fades out and blends back to Charlie. It has the outline, the shape, the size, dimensions. There's some measurements going on. At one point, it's spinning. It's a 3D model of your head on your face on Charlie's head and Charlie's face on your head. Then it goes back to where we go one, we go all. The best is yet to come, and please look at the size of this head. And then then it just goes blank. But I'm working on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what you could call him after that. I mean, well, hate to say it, but I mean, he is the Messiah, the Redeemer, because,
I didn't say there's nothing wrong in the audits.
It goes inside.
I said
so now,
nothing's been proven.
And
if I come to your house and say, I've reviewed the evidence, and the fuck was your dumbass name? Marlene is the murderer, and the cops kick down your fucking door and take you in and put you in an electric chair. Do you think that would be fair? We had one company that couldn't even meet the basic fucking requirements to get certification come in, led by a GOP push, and they said what the GOP wanted to hear. There will be 13 more companies before this is ever settled. There will be 25 fucking court appearances. That's if they even move forward with it. Dumbass.
Like chasing down all these people in history, and the funny thing is that what they've been telling us, like, oh, dig. That was a big clue to us, period, was the dig.
I hope the police heard me and you get arrested.
Who digs? Archaeologist digs, right? We're like, hey, go way back, right? So, I mean, we went way back. We went all the way back to Pythagoras.
Pythagorean theorem.
And Pythagoras, and then Plato was one of the students. And we all know, I mean, Plato was just like, unbelievable. But then, because he
A squared plus B squared equals C squared, by the way.
born during the 88th Olympiad, which I thought 88, I'm like, wow, that's kind of funny.
And it just.
I'm just like,
Trump.
yeah. And then I'm just like, does this guy go over there? But then they're talking about how in the 30th, the 35th.
Whose voice? Hold on. Whose voice was that? Hold on.
And then I'm just like, does this guy go over there?
Was that Mike's voice?
They're talking about how.
And it just.
Like, unbelievable. The first Gnostic Illuminati, and Pythagoras, and then Plato was one of the students. And we all know, I mean, Plato was just like, unbelievable.
Plato was just like, unbelievable. That's Plato. I don't know if you guys have ever studied much of Plato, but literally when you Google Plato, it says, unbelievable.
But then, because he was born during the 88th Olympiad, which I thought 80.
By the way, when he doesn't know what's going on or what happened or what's the truth is, he just says, crazy. You know, it's off the charts, unmeasurable. You wouldn't believe how much. It's so much, but we're talking about this, not that.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's kind of funny.
And it just.
I'm just like,
Trump.
Yeah, and then I'm just like,
it's a Charlie Ward video. It's a Charlie Ward video that Mark's stealing and has Charlie cut out of it. What is going on?
Does this guy go over there? But then they're talking about how in the 30th, the 35th, the 37th Olympiad, there was a Draco. That was his name, Draco.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it brought all the draconian laws in. I'm like, guys, so let me guess. Nobody knows when this guy was born, when he died, where he died. Well, they said he died on some island. They put him on an island. And it's like, but nobody knows anything about him. It's like, that's, you know, and I'm thinking, I'm wondering if that was Prince Philip.
Listen, like, I know that most people here probably want it to be true and want to take that back and want to have Trump instead of who's in there and want that all fixed. But we couldn't have society that functions like that. Someone couldn't come, like, let's say you're your wife dies suddenly. And they do an autopsy, and they're like, "Oh, it was old age, and she had pneumonia. You know, her immune system was pretty weak, and she just stopped breathing in the middle of her sleep." And then the cops close the case. They clear you as a suspect. Everything's going on, and then someone stands outside your house for the 9 months and screams, "He's a murderer! He killed her! He's a murderer! He killed her! He's a murderer! He killed her!" And then that person one day just pops up and says, "I have my own investigator." And the cops just turn over the evidence, or the investigator goes and gets the evidence, finds the evidence or whatever, and comes out and says, "Yep, he's the murderer." And you go straight to lethal injection. They actually don't even remove you from your home. They bring in the lethal injection setup into your living room, let you smoke a cigarette, and just fucking hit the button. You're done. You're dead. It's over. We couldn't have a society that functions like that. Someone else has got to come in and verify. Someone else has got to check. Someone else has got to do all these claims. And it's going to go, the United States is so political right now, it's going to go right-leaning company, left-leaning company, right-leaning company, left-leaning company, right-leaning company, left-leaning company, right-leaning company, left-leaning company. To where if you want to see it, you can see it. And if you don't want to see it, you don't want to see it. And it's going to go back and forth and be tied up in courts. And they're not going to get an impartial. So then we end up in a court system. And then that judge says something. Then either side appeals. Then that judge says something. Then either side appeals. Then that judge... So if there's not a smoking fucking gun and it's not literally Kamala holding it because Biden couldn't take the recoil, but him pulling the fucking trigger, I don't think it's going anywhere. Because who wants to fight it out for 6 years and by that time Biden's dead? I just don't think it's going anywhere. Maybe it does, but still, it's not ready now.
And how they buried him, and how they made him go in that Range Rover, that Land Rover. It was a Land Rover because it's spelled out lizard because you have L and R and lizard in the middle. Like, oh my god, this is great. And they said no, he's getting buried in that. And when they showed it, it's like, why is it cut? Painted like a reptile?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. They're like, no horse and carriage for you, bud. Just put him in the back of the truck, take him over there. That's it. And so it went all the way back there to that. And then when they had the P equals C, that's Castor and Pollux. Because it all goes from the Greeks to the Romans. Well, to the Greeks to the...
It's a good video. Excited about it. Seems to be working well. Fuck is happening, Mark? It's still playing. His shirt's shimmering.
On and on and on.
There it goes.
But then with the Etruscans, we already had the Etruscans earlier.
I cannot believe this is hold on. This is a Charlie Ward video. And he's cut Charlie out of it. Let's see if that's true. Oh, no, not Rumble. BitChute. Did someone call me chicken shit? I got your chicken shit hanging. Come get a taste. Charlie Ward. Dr. Charlie Ward. I'm looking at head shapes. Everybody look for M's head shape and we'll know we're at the right channel. Funeral director. Charlie Ward is down to interviewing funeral directors. Funeral directors. Seems like it's going well. Okay, here it is. Everything is fake. Pay attention to the story. Let's see if this is the exact same fucking video. We gotta watch the ice break. Sorry, I forgot. Noble Gold or UK Gold or whatever. So it's not only is it the same fucking video, not only is it the same exact video, same clothes, same background, same everything. Mark couldn't, in the first clip of it, Mark couldn't even get all the blue off the canvas. Hold on, watch.
We found this.
See this blue around Jason? Oh no. Oh no.
Tonight. Well, overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an
oh no.
Yeah.
On McAfee's channel.
Oh wow.
Oh, so what we did was, I mean, we have
Peter.
The dates we have all 3 months all tied in, right?
Yep.
We went ahead and did it.
I say put the motherfucker on. I say put everything on paper. Everything on paper. And if you're one of the people who complains about it, who complained about it this year, it's your year to go fucking work the ballots. We need a shit ton of counters. A shit ton of counters.
You know, everything's tied in because there's how, I mean, this guy is just, I mean.
Has he got comments? Oh, it's still live. Hold on.
I mean, mind blowing. But so far what we found is we found the storm. We found out exactly what the storm is. And the storm isn't what everybody thought it was. Storm was actually something way different, which is actually pretty slick on his part, on President Trump's part, because it just shows that he knew all along that these guys, they were going to pull this, but they had to have, they had to have as many, they had to save as many people as they could. And that's what he did. But that's what's going to prove that he's going to bring them all back. And it's going to make him pretty much.
See if he answers.
I mean, I don't even know what you could call him after that. I mean, well, I mean, hate to say it, but I mean, he is the Messiah, the Redeemer, because because the office of the Christ, it goes in cycles. So now we're going back and like chasing down all these people in history, and
he wasn't trying to make it look like he was on with Jason. He cut Charlie completely out. That's my issue. Okay, it's Charlie's video. Charlie should at least be on the fucking screen. He cuts him out completely. And never mentions Charlie talking, never says nothing about it. Cuts him out completely and just has this up. That's my issue with it. It's Charlie's video. He should at least have him in the motherfucker. And you can't do a 1-for-1 of someone's video. You have to stop and talk. You have to use it for educational purposes, satire, teaching. There's the fair use clause has like 5 reasons you can use it.
The funny thing is that what they've been telling us, like, oh, dig.
That's weird. I finished 7 minutes ago as well.
Was the dig, because who digs?
So Jason Hughes had a bunch of weird theories about vaping. He says that you guys remember when there was like a vape issue and a bunch of kids were getting really sick? Well, that wasn't popcorn lung. It was something else, and it was coming in THC cartridges, like pot cartridges for little vape pens. And it was some type of, like, basically it was a chemical. When heated up, it basically turned into like formaldehyde and fucking ammonia traces and shit. Popcorn lung is a real thing. It's a thing that they diagnose from when people used to work in popcorn factories, and the butter was in the air and it got and coated their lungs. They couldn't absorb oxygen as well through their lungs. The popcorn lung linked to vaping that Jason has no idea about was a study conducted in California, because before I started vaping, I wanted to know the health effects, because at the time everybody's running around saying, oh, it'd kill you, blah, 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 whatever. So the popcorn lung study that was conducted in California, they used butter flavoring, so butter, basically oil flavoring. They put it in cartridges. They vaped. Okay, listen, I vape on my vape. It's at 60 watts. Okay, 60 watts, 60. I'm allowed to go all the way up to like 80 watts on this. They vaped at over 600 watts continuously for over 6 months. A continuous draw on it. They were plugged in. They ran continuously. It kept dripping the oil in, and still had less than a 30% chance of developing popcorn lung. So it was too high, it was too long, it was fucking continuous into like a chamber. It wasn't a person doing it. It was like into a chamber where they tested the chemicals coming out of it. It was like 10 times too high. It was fucking continuous for months. And it never had a break, never had anything, and it was straight popcorn buttering flavor. And into where they were pulling the chemicals out of. They had like basically a sniffer like you would use before you go into like a hole at like for safety reasons, and saw what chemicals come off of it. And they're like, oh, there you go. 3 out of the 10 had chemicals that cause popcorn lung. So vaping causes popcorn lung. It was just stupid. It was backed by cigarette companies.
Busting the lies and revealing the truth. Cold Beer Confessional Do or Die.
Busting the lies, revealing the truth. Cold Beer Confessional Do or Die. That was from 007 for $100. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation into the cults. Let's hop back into this stolen video.
Archaeologist digs.
Oh,
Right?
see, Em, if you're leaving. I don't know if Tony already left. See, Tony.
So, I mean, we went way back. We went all the way back to Pythagoras.
Same video.
They created the first
Pythagoras.
Illuminati. And Pythagoras, and then Plato was one of his students. And we all know.
And
Plato.
he was just like,
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Then, because he was born during the 88th Olympiad, which I thought 88. I'm like,
any study on vaping that you want to look into, make sure it's not funded It doesn't come with a grant. It's not directly funded, indirectly funded, or done by a company associated with big tobacco. Tobacco lobbying is huge in the United States. That's why we allowed people to smoke for so long. Even pregnant mothers were smoking up in like the 80s and shit. Tobacco lobbying money in Congress is huge, and they also use it to fund studies to discredit people who say like smoking's dangerous or vaping's safer or this or that. They're actually, a lot of the funding that came out in the new PSAs from the U.S. government was funded by Philip Morris.
Wow, that's kind of funny.
And it just.
I'm just like,
oh, I wouldn't doubt he deleted it.
And then I'm just like, does this guy go all the way there? But then they're talking about how in the 30th, the 35th or 36th or 37th Olympiad, there was a Draco. That was his name, Draco.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it brought all the draconian laws in. I'm like, guys, so let me guess. Nobody knows when this guy was born, when he died, where he died. Well, they said he died on some island. They put him on an island. And it's like, but nobody knows anything about him. It's like, that's, and I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm wondering if that was Prince Philip. Because if you notice at
usually where I'm at, it's too much for most people. They choke on it.
The end and how they buried him and how they made him
Mike Draco, the Navy SEAL.
Range Rover.
Who works on that's Janko's evil clone who lives on Venus.
LNR and Lizard in the middle. Like, oh my god, this is great. And they said, no, he's getting buried in that. And when they showed it, it's like, why is it painted like a reptile?
The babushka.
Beautiful.
Babushka.
They're like, no horse and carrot for you, bud. Just put him in the back of the truck, take him over there. That's it. And so it went all the way back there to that. And then when they had the P equals C, that's Castor and Pollux. Because it all goes from the Greeks to the Romans. Well, to the Greeks to the Etruscans to the Romans. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. But then with the Etruscans, we already had the Etruscans earlier with
Indiana's got really bad vaping laws. People are literally driving out of state. Yeah, we talked about Brad earlier.
That's why he had a dentist chair in his bathroom. In his place. Because the thing is, the Etruscans were the first ones in dentistry to ever put a bridge inside of a mouth. The bridge teeth.
Yeah.
That's a bridge.
Who here has dental work? Look how perfect his meth teeth are.
It's a legitimate bridge. If you think double meanings, like they led it all in dentistry way back then. And then they were people. And what did Ghislaine say? We own the seas. It's like, wait a second. Time out. All of you people.
Charlie has no idea what's going on.
So it's like, well, how far now since our memories have been suppressed so much, can you imagine what's even locked up here with us?
Wow.
And we were about to meet some.
Charlie has no idea what's going on.
No, that it's us. It's like.
Yeah, the U.S. government has to put on a front that the Surgeon General hates smoking and that they tax the piss out of it, and they hate it too. But they get so much money, they're with smoking as well, for sure.
Well, and to study about it, it's like you never know. What if you run
in the background
doing this?
Wow.
Never know.
Wow. Did you say Pythagorean? Yeah, my favorite.
I counted out, but I've heard.
Wow.
Like a lot weird. And then we have Q is, and everything like that, and that's the whole the Army of Northern Virginia, and because it's military intelligence, and what it is remember everything has to be done twice. Mm-hmm. Well, they had the Army of Northern Virginia already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, there's some little tricks they put in there, right? Like the wall means so much more. It's like, yeah, because see, the Army of Northern Virginia, they had a brigadier general named Thomas Jackson.
Stonewall.
And then they went to the Battle of Manassas and Bull Run, but the Confederates called it Manassas, and they won. But he was actually wounded during that. I think he might have died right after that too. But there was a guy making fun of him. This guy, this General B-E-E, And he's like, oh, it is probably one of the funniest things. He's like, because this Brigadier General Bernard B. And that's a BB. That's 1111 because you just use Roman numerals. And he exclaimed to Jackson, a former U.S. Army officer and professor at the Virginia Military Institute, because they said they wanted him to retreat. He's like, no, we're going to hit him with the bayonets. You know? They said, there is Jackson standing like a stone wall.
Ah.
Nickname, Stonewall Jackson.
Called it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
The funny thing is.
Wow, I couldn't believe it.
This is where it gets really, really, really weird. I mean, so weird that it just, so when you look up Stonewall Jackson, right, there's a legacy part, right? Now, it says many theorists through the years have postulated that Jackson had lived, Lee might have prevailed at Gettysburg. Certainly, Jackson's discipline and tactical sense was sorely missed. It says General George Patton of World War II fame as a boy prayed next to the two portraits of Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson. Was he praying next to him, or did he actually resonate that he was Stonewall Jackson?
Wow. Right? Wow.
Because, whom he assumed were God and Jesus, right? But he once told Dwight D. Eisenhower, I will be your Jackson.
I'll be your Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson taught physics at this Virginia Military Institute. And this Virginia Military Institute is tapped into the Fishburne Military Academy, the military institute that Vince McMahon went to. And I believe Trump went to, too. I don't think he went to the one in New York. I think he went to the one in Virginia, because it's on 230 Wayne Street in Waynesboro, Virginia.
No, the Virginia Military Institute is in Lexington, Virginia, off of Letcher, I believe is the name of the road it's on. It's in Lexington. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
In Wayne County. Now remember with the masks. What is it? I'm Batman. Bruce Wayne.
No, you're just making shit up.
You just see this whole storyline just opening up, and then you have his sidekick, well, Robin. I mean, because you can have Vince McMahon, and what he's doing is he's telling the story like.
Have a good one, Joe.
Biblical, because he's telling through allegories through all the wrestling.
Yep.
It's like everything's like, oh, wrestling's fake. It's like, no shit, it's fake. Everything's fake, guys. But you have to pay attention to the storyline. That's why I said with the whole, everything twice. They had Super Bowl 55 in Tampa Bay, and then right after that they had WrestleMania 37 right there. It's like,
yeah, but wouldn't it be Super Bowl 55 then WrestleMania 55? If everything happens twice, how is one of them on 55 and the other one on 37? And by the way, they had everything in Florida because Florida was the only place that was unlocked. Everywhere else was fucking locked down. You had to wear 14 masks and sit 37 seats apart.
Really? It's like,
holy meth head Batman. That's a good one.
You just can't even make this stuff up. And
incredible.
There's so much more into this. I mean, we got with it. We're these. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble or anything. Well, I don't think we get in trouble, but now we see why they use the letter Q. Is the Secret Army in Northern Virginia? Look at their symbol.
Wow.
You would go like that?
Yep.
Q.
Yep.
And and this is actually they're known by many names: Task Force Orange, the Intelligence Support Activity, the Army of Northern Virginia, the Field Operations Group, FOG, the United States Army Intelligence Support Activity. I mean, these guys.
Oh, God.
But then they were called, they formed in 1980 as FOG, and then they ended up being, they were the ones that were in the embassy in Iran. They were called Gray Fox. Fox 3. It's like, ooh, maybe it's a third one. And so if this is Joint Special Operations,
JSOC.
They're
just under JSOC command. It's actually it's It's under United States Special Operations Command, Joint Special Operations Command, United States Army Special Operations Command. It's actually part of the Army.
That. I mean,
it's the United States Army Intelligence Support Activity.
He's one of the baddest man.
Or just intelligence support activity.
Knew, like his background. Whew. I mean, he was the head of the assassination hit squad for the War on Terror. They just dumped him behind enemy lines and said, "Hey, we don't know you. Do it."
By the way, their symbol is if I remember right, their symbol is actually not a Q. Their symbol is a belt for a kilt. So this is actually an older symbol. The eagle's carrying usually. No, that's it. So it's a bald eagle grasping a claymore sword, and that is a belt for a kilt, and it's inscribed with truth overcomes bonds, maybe. Truth defeats bonds. Truth overcomes bonds, I think's what it is. In the Latin there. It used to be, they used to have a different logo, and the claymore, the sword here, was wrapped up in a chain, and it had a broken link in it. And that was significant because they had a failed mission called Operation Bald Eagle, and the broken link was to remember those that were killed in Operation not Bald Eagle, Operation Eagle Claw. Operation Eagle Claw. But after so many years, they decided that the chain and the broken link were no longer appropriate. Anyways, we can get back to Charlie now. It's not a Q. It's a belt for a kilt.
Get back. Yeah, another one for you. Okay. He's like, whoa. But yeah, and then I mean, there's just so much that, because there's stuff that I was looking at last week that I want to bring out this week, and it's just like
Operation Eagle Claw was their first mission they were on they were FOG at the time. He was right about that. The Field Operations Group. It was in 1980, and it was the second attempt to rescue U.S. hostages held at Tehran in Iran, and it didn't go so well.
Everything else piled up because a lot of stuff came out with these vaccines, and well, I don't want to call them vaccines because they're bioweapons.
But Jason didn't do that much research.
And there's a couple things. I mean, we know about Event 201. Okay, there was an Event 201.
An eagle with a claymore mine would be pretty cool.
Well, that was done right before.
TKC.
That was done Friday.
Truth overcomes all bonds. Oh, there you go.
Right about the same time that it hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was right at the Pierre Hotel in New York. But then there was a couple other ones. Remember,
we're already mathed out and spooled up and on 50 topics since then. He just glazed over that.
He had that exercise. But then they had Clade X.
Is one of Charlie's eyes solid black? I know that one of his eyes is bigger than the other one. Look how big this, the colored part of his eye. What is that, the iris? Look how big that is compared to that. But this one looks solid black.
Clade X was put on by
Reptilian.
John
He's got the lazy eye.
Health Security. And it was on May 15, 2018 in Washington, D.C. So Johns Hopkins is deep into a lot of this stuff. Now, this is where we found out who the Iron Eagle is. Now,
I'm the Iron Eagle.
Let's see. Which one I think I have it here. Well,
they used to call me the Everlasting Stud, but now they call me the Iron Eagle.
With the fourth one, this is where it gets really wicked. The fourth one is the Atlantic Storm. And it says, like an overview, it says, how would world leaders manage the catastrophe of a fast-moving global epidemic of deadly disease?
They did force. I thought, are you the person who told us that he was maybe going to get early retirement? And are you saying they forced him now? N-A-T. Oh, that makes sense. N-A-T. Lifts his eyebrow just now. I don't know. It's lifted right now.
But then number 2, it says, take a fourth one. This is where it gets really wicked. The fourth one is the Atlantic storm. And it says, like an overview, it says, how would world leaders manage the catastrophe of a fast-moving global epidemic of deadly disease? But then number 2, it says,
he scratches his nose.
Take a ringside seat with Atlantic Storm Interactive. Want to get some popcorn?
You want to get some popcorn? We need some popcorn. Is it popcorn day? Time for the popcorn? My popcorn's so fucking stale by now that I couldn't feed it to a starving dog.
And it's like, and then you see that big, like when they talked about the red tsunami, what the hell's going on over there in Spain?
Yeah.
There's a songbird scene. The Canary Islands. Now,
we've got a person from the Canary Islands. Jason Q dragging you into this. He must have seen you join the Telegram group.
What people don't understand about Spain is that King Juan Carlos, Bourbon King Juan Carlos, I mean, they were flat out evil all the way back. I mean, evil. And that being said, what could the Canary Islands have actually held? Could they have held like the big bunkers for them? But also could have held the scalar weapons to start all these hurricanes. Because the thing is, when they show it like on a globe, it's like, okay, well, that's up here, it's up here. When you lay it out flat, it's straight across.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because when you go to flat Earth theory, you take the globe and just fucking kind of smash it.
And it's just like all these storms. I'm like, well, if the ball's going that way, and you got a tsunami coming this way, it's like we just had rain hit 2 days ago, and it came from the east to the west. I'm like, when has that ever happened?
Semi often, especially you live in like Illinois, Indiana, whatever. I would say often enough that it's not an anomaly. I mean, anything coming off the East Coast, right? I mean, I live in Tennessee, and I mean, I've been on jobs all the way to the Midwest, and sometimes hurricane-forced storms or tropical depressions or whatever hit the East Coast, and they run in pretty good ways before they catch a jet stream and end up going north.
Yeah.
No, never does. It always comes from west, east. Now, all of a sudden, it's coming up from the south. It's like, watch the water. It's like, guys.
Wait, it always comes up from the south. Always, because we're in the northern hemisphere.
Look at the rain pattern. When have you ever seen that? You never see it coming straight from the south. You never see it coming from the east.
Yeah, we see rain coming straight from the south all the time. Anything that comes out of the Gulf comes basically straight north. I mean, it'll start slowly going east, but what? Wow.
That's the first time in my life I've ever seen it rain coming from the east. Ever. And I live.
That's a lie. Hold on. Because I know I've seen it probably thousands of times in my life. Let's see if we got this mapped out somewhere. It's not as often, for sure, but it does happen quite often. I mean, often enough where you wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's the first time in my life I've ever seen this. I want to see if I can get low patterns. Hold on just a second. I want to see if I can get the low pressure and high pressure patterns for at some point. Oh, so here's clearly something. This is on let's see, more rain this weekend for the East Coast. Friday's forecast. So here's just a general fucking thing. So this is all coming off the ocean. So I don't know if you guys know how weather works, but you have high pressure, jet streams, you have low pressure jet streams. Anywhere there's a low pressure is a void, and it can be filled. So if you had something coming here, there's going to be a high pressure on this side. There's going to be a high pressure around both these low pressures. It's not going to go out to the high pressure. It's not going to go out to sea. It's going to be sucked into where the low pressure is. Some of it will get trapped here. Some of it will be slingshotted around there. All of this moisture, arrows there showing I know it's very small, but these light greens are arrows. There are even arrows there showing the direction of travel. All this moisture that's out here, all this rain, is concentrated here on this low pressure spot and here on this low pressure spot, and it came in from east to west. That's where it came from. It's not as often as the weather pattern that just crosses across the country all the time, but it does happen pretty. You guys have seen it, right? You guys have seen weather hit North Carolina first and then hit fucking, Tennessee or Kentucky or West Virginia or some shit, right? I'm not crazy. And I'm not on meth, so.
Lake Michigan. And you can have all 4 seasons in one day here.
Everybody says that about where they live.
With this Atlantic storm,
if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes.
This was done on January 14, 2005. Now, they said the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and all this, but the funny thing is about these is that they had there are all these BBC was involved. This Colonel Randall Larson, he's a U.S. Air Force.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Is it the Flat Earth East?
Founder and CEO of Homeland Security Associates.
I can't believe how could he possibly know where the weather was coming from if he's being shown the news, and of course they're using a globe Earth model, and he wants to make it a flat Earth. How could he even know which direction it came from?
Associates LLC. Now, a man that has over 30 years in the Army and the Air Force, he flew over 100 missions in Vietnam, and he's only a colonel. Where'd you fuck up, bub? Somewhere. Shouldn't be a colonel. You should be 30 years. You should be stuck in a colonel.
A full barred colonel is a high rank and pretty respectable. He kind of
My deadbeat husband is running through the desert in nothing but bobby socks, saddle shoes and a C-cup bra. Fuck you, Scott.
Oh no. My deadbeat husband. Let me read that. Hold on. Let me click on it. My deadbeat husband is running through the desert in nothing but bobby socks, saddle shoes, and a C-cup bra. Fuck you, Scott. Oh no, that was from ex-Sugar Mama. Her husband has been hijacked by Scott McKay in his alluring ways. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate the donation. Always makes me laugh. So, usually to reach full barred colonel, it takes an average of 22 to 25 years. You have to have at least 3 years in grade to go above full barred colonel. So now we're talking 25 to 28 years. And he's only talking about being in service for 30 years. Now, these are not high speed, top of the class, blah, blah, blah. These are just normal, average fucking people that make it's rare to make colonel in 20 years. Okay, so if we go ahead and say let's say it takes 23 years. That's kind of the average of the average. So it takes 23 years. You have to be 3 years in that spot before you're promotable above a colonel. So if you're full bar colonel and it takes you 23 years, you had to be there for 3 years. Now we're talking about 26 years. He's only 4 years behind the curve. And when you start getting that high, there might just not be a position open. To go above that, you have to have a slot where you can go. You can't just they're not just going to leave you in your same job where you're a full barred colonel. And the next thing is brigadier general. brigadier, major, lieutenant general, and then be my little general of the regular general. So he has to have some type of spot to go into, a slot to go into, and somewhere where he wants to go. I'm sure there's probably people at that level that refuse promotions because they don't have anywhere to go. The next thing is a 1-star general. That's not out of the ordinary to be 30 years as a colonel at all.
And then why do you switch from Army to Air Force? All this, that doesn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
People switch from Army to Air Force and shit all the time. A lot of Air Force people switch to Army because their goal was to fly and they don't have a college degree. And in the Army, you could be, a warrant officer and you could fly without having a college degree.
But
some people go the other way.
He is the National Security Advisor for Johns Hopkins. And he was writing all these books about bioterrorism and, we have to stop the threat before it starts. It's like, you guys are starting it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't get around to printing all of it because, I've been busy around here. But so there's 25 pages, okay, of articles to go through. I made it through 2.5 pages. So, yeah, here's the publication page right here. Right here. And I made it through 2.5 pages. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
I wonder if Grunt Style knows that he's constantly wearing their clothing and if they would be supportive of that.
It's like COVID-19 and gain of function debates, carrying equity in the COVID-19 vaccination forward, the guidance informed by communities of color. It's like, wait a second. And
yeah, I got anthrax. I got the rounds of anthrax.
Here's what the big one is. The promise of disease detection dogs in pandemic response, lessons learned from COVID-19. Now, where this plays a huge role is that you have to go back to Obama's playbook. As soon as they said disease dog, they're like, I already got a problem with it already. It's like, nope, not doing this. So, saying that they're going to start having disease dogs, right? Now, right here, they have the pathogens, everything. We have it all highlighted. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 2, 3. We went through this before.
Oh no! I just got a breaking news email, and it says, "Breaking news: Groiper is working on Sriracha and Jayco action figures." That's going to be fucking amazing. I'm very excited about that. Thank you for sending that in there, Groiper. I appreciate it.
3, the Yersinia pestis, the pneumonic plague, fleas from rodents, chipmunks, prairie dogs, ground squirrels, mice, and other mammals. And then it has dogs in parentheses. Then it has an equal sign. Then it has an arrow and it says human to human. That's how they're going to get 100% case fatality rate for delayed treatment. That's what they were going to get us with. They were going to say that, oh, well, we have these disease sniffing dogs that we can sell or we can give out, to help your families. Half these damn liberals be like, oh my God, well, they need home and all this. It's like, and what do they have? They have these fleas on them that are just going to kill you. And then what are you going to do? Shoot your dog? No.
Oh no.
Glad to see all of you this evening.
It's just me. You're just glad to see me, but thank you for that. Rachel LaCroix, $5 into the cult. Glad to see you, Will, specifically you and only you this evening. Thank you very much for that donation. Don't give chat the big head. We've only got so much room in here, and it's already getting pretty tight.
Because, you shoot the dog. The dog didn't do it. Flea's dead. What do you do? You going to give him a flea dunk? No. One flea bites you, you're done.
Yeah.
What do? You take him to a groomer? No.
You're going to spread it through fleas.
You're pass it on.
It's from the 24th.
That's it. It's just a big cycle. It's just like they did with Lyme disease.
2 days ago.
I think they call it Lyme disease because they unleashed all the ticks in Lyme County, Connecticut. All these Johns Hopkins, the public role the public's role in COVID-19 vaccination, planning, recommendations informed
All
by.
right, I got to skip ahead some. He's getting on my nerves.
Knew this. And it said Myriad identified the exact location of the BCRA1 and 2 gene.
Oh, by the way, if you missed yesterday's show, I am in the shaggin' wagon, which means I'm mobile now. So I'm wrapping up shows about midnight instead of going to like 1:30, 2, whatever. We're wrapping up shows about midnight. So we'll probably watch this one, and then I think I got one more thing to show, and then we'll be wrapping up.
On chromosome 17. And
it's 11:35 my time right now.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, you literally.
Oh, you can, and you are, but okay.
This is where they all got patented, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take, trying to patent the DNA into making you not a human. You don't have the rights. They're trying to have you lose your rights.
Everything you've just said, I've just sent to you was a document, a 170-page document put together by a German man. So
just some German man. Okay.
Is very methodical, and he has all of the evidence, everything, and he's documented the whole thing about the COVID and the vaccine fraud.
Everything.
You know what he could do, since he's in Germany? He could look up University of Marburg and look up Florian Krauss and see about the only time ever that they decided to combine uranium with hydrogen cyanide.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's one of the big false flags in this. That was the ball drop in New York City. When it rained like crazy.
Yeah.
They released that. It was like a turquoise, like a microcrystalline powder. They were trying to have
turquoise microcrystalline. The last time we've heard him talk about blue microcrystalline powder is when he talked about how reptilians mate, where they just stand close to each other, they stick out their finger, a blue microcrystalline powder flows out of their finger and into the other one's finger pussy, and then that's how boom. There you go. A baby falls on the floor. A baby falls on the floor. That's the last time we heard him mention this.
This live smut, it's a snuff film. They want to have it bigger than 9/11.
Wow.
Wow.
That's why.
Wow.
Stops in his rain. His water neutralizes it.
Yeah.
And the ball, it actually had a light switch on it. It said Chongqing, China. I'm like, ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
We had the ball.
Chongqing.
You guys are screwed now.
Yeah.
And also, there was that popcorn.
This guy's a fucking nut, dude.
The vaping and everything.
Yeah.
And just to let everybody know that you could think.
I still have to have internet, though, Joel. If I could. Listen. If you guys want me to go on the road, I need to bolt everything down in here to where it's movable. I need to make sure Mariah can give me some pussy to go. And then I need to get Starlink, the satellite internet, and put the fucking dish on the roof. And then we're ready to go. I think the van's ready to go. I need to buy a battery for it, I'm sure. But I'm going to have to get some type of internet and go with me, because I'm not going to always be able to have somebody run a 75-foot cable out their window so I can stream.
She bought like 4 or 5 train cars of the hydrogen cyanide.
Mm-hmm. Mariah wraps it up nice in some aluminum foil and sends it with me.
That's how you're getting popcorn lug.
It's the only thing that'll keep me out of the strip clubs.
FEMA did it.
I've put so many single moms through college, it's not even funny.
I mean, look who took over at Paradise, California. They burned that place up. I mean, you have skeletons in cars, but then yet the trees aren't burned. Come on.
Yeah.
How stupid are we,
West first.
Yeah,
well, if I go too far east, I'm just going to drive into the fucking ocean, so I'd probably be going west.
Who alleged that they were trafficked into Ivory Coast as child slaves to produce cocoa. U.S.-based company Nestle USA and Cargill do not.
So this is an open secret. Most people don't care because they like chocolate, but chocolate companies are really, really, really bad with their employees. They have basically slaves. A lot of times they're children. They don't have the best conditions. They're getting all this chocolate third world countries. It's an open secret. Even the companies that say they're standing up and doing something about it are only kind of half-assed doing something about it.
Own or operate the cocoa farms in Ivory Coast.
Wait, you're going to be my security? What if someone attacks on your right side? We're done for.
They do buy cocoa from farms located there and provide those farms with technical and financial resources. If you're providing them with technical and financial resources and you're getting the cocoa, it sounds like you fucking own the place.
It does.
I mean, it does, doesn't it? I mean, if you're giving them the stuff to do it and they're producing it and then you're taking it, you own the place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's it. And Cargill, salt mines. They're the ones
Salt
with the salt mines
and
in,
chocolate.
Lakes too.
I like chocolate more now. Oh, no.
And Nestle, I mean.
Yeah, but the last time a child fell into the chocolate, it was kind of a portly child, and they got stuck in the chocolate suction tube. It was pretty bad.
Bad. I mean, and then Supreme Court actually
looked like the Fonz. His hair does look really bad. I wasn't gonna say anything, but it looks really bad. I give Mariah the salty chocolate. Yeah, give her the old salty chocolate. It's white chocolate, but still, she's always had a little case of chocolate fever, if you know what I mean.
Sided with the corporations. They said you can't have foreigners coming in and suing these corporations. Like, why not? It's an international corporation. It's based out of the United States. Where else are they going to go?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right there, it's child slavery and child trafficking. And they're like, oh, they allege. Well, when you look at the numbers now, I don't think they're allegations anymore. I think they're pretty much fact, and that's it. And then another one we found was there was this Ford Motor Company versus Montana 8th.
Yeah, but it's not as bad on your cavities. Remember, I told you it makes your teeth whiter.
You just saw a district court. This was in 2020, decided March 25th, 2021. Ford Motor Company is a global auto company incorporated.
How do you get more enthusiastic than butt-ass naked on your knees and begging for it? What is more? Are you going to take it from me while I sleep? What do you mean more enthusiastic?
In Delaware and headquartered in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Delaware, huh?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Look at it.
You get the IRS. You've got all these credit cards. Now
Everlasting God stuff.
What's going on in Delaware?
Well,
I got the everlasting meat hammer.
The Delaware structure was a circle of 5, wasn't it? So you could never find out who owned the company because you have 5 companies that owned each other in a circle. So if you ever tried to research the company, you find out the company that owned that. Then you'd research that company, and after 5 companies, you'd be back where you started. So from a legal standpoint, it was impossible to do anything with it because you could never find out who actually owned it.
Oh no, the Punisher cup. It's Scott's sippy cup. Look at it. The Punisher cup.
In a circle. So if you ever tried to research the company.
Well, I'm not the beggar. Okay, let's just talk about some things that I've never said. I've never said, stick it in my ass. I've never said, please do this with Wanda. I've never said, give it to me harder. I've never said, oh, please, Daddy, I want it more. I've never said any of those things. So who is begging?
Company, you find out the company that owned that. Then you'd research that company, and after 5 companies, you'd be back where you started. So from a legal standpoint, it was impossible to do anything with it because you could never find out who actually owned it.
There's the cup. There's the cup, the Punisher cup.
Because it was the perfect
punishment's coming.
Circle of 5.
Well, the funny thing
is,
Papa.
Nick, you're stupid. Oh.
This is where they messed up big.
Yeah.
We found out that the IRS was created.
I did one time. One time I did say What, did you swallow sandpaper? What the fuck is this? But I never said any of those other things.
So they were funding the Nazis during World War II.
Why is it so aggressive and teethy? I've said that before.
Well, if they're funding the Nazis, and then all of a sudden you had all these people coming over here and working at the Pentagon for the OSS, the OSS, the CIA. That was
put it in my butt and harder, Daddy. Not to you.
How infiltrated did we get?
Now you're out of your lane.
Let's face it, the Pentagon, might as well dust it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they even started building that. Was it
Charlie forgot to take the hanger out of his shirt.
9/11, 1945 or something like that, 46?
Mm-hmm.
Started construction on 9/11. It's got to be something with that date that they go by.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to go by what we found. So, on McAfee's Telegram. Now.
Oh, by the way, does anybody know a lot? I need to contact Rice TV. Does anybody know a lot about, while he's talking about Telegram and McAfee's Telegram specifically, does anybody know a lot about crypto and what information you could get from like a wallet address? Because on McAfee's Telegram, I was rereading a message I read to you all before. Let me go find it right quick. This is at the official McAfee Telegram. They say in this Telegram, let me see, where are we at? Oh, these are all new. Well, supposedly new. They're old videos of McAfee, but they're calling them new. Let's see that post that's kind of started it all. Not unmasked. That's not it. Okay, so he says that he doesn't want any money. It says, I have already reached, oh, no, that's not it. I have received hundreds of messages now asking me, John, I know you don't want anything, but I can't just sit back. Is there anything I can do to help or give it forward to this movement? I have wrestled with the idea, but lost to God himself. This is truly his fight, and we are simply his warriors of light. We will be giving back to Save the Children Foundation. There's somebody walking behind me. It freaked me the fuck out. We're giving back to Save the Children Foundation. Worked closely with them in the past. All that shit, right? But then they give out 2 wallets or 3 wallets. And these wallets are not associated with the Save the Children Foundation. And they don't say, donate to me, and then I'll give it to them. It says everything. Hold on just a second. My team has vowed to match the highest Patriot 100%, and I told them I hope it breaks them. Haha. But they don't care because along the way we have come to realize that sacrificing everything we have while doing the Lord's good, the Lord God's work and leaving it in His hands, that's when His true glory comes to light and gives back to us in the most crucial of times. I have provided the addresses below for Bitcoin, XRP, and XLM. Take note, time travelers. So is there a way to see who owns those wallets, first of all? And second of all, if there's money coming into those wallets, is there a way to make sure that they're matching those funds or at least forwarding those funds to the Save the Children Foundation? Or are they just making bank and not going to tell anybody at the end of this?
He had an EBS posted on McAfee's page at 12:03 a.m., right? Now, 49 seconds in, because it was a minute 37 length of a video, right? So at 49 seconds in, right, the clock comes up, right? And it's a 12-hour clock. Then it started counting down. So I'm like, okay, we stopped it. We stopped exactly when it started.
If Mariah's going on the road with a shaggin' wagon, I won't be on the road. It would just be the Mariah show.
49. 7 sevens, right?
CoffeeZilla, dude, I would love to fucking... I like CoffeeZilla a lot. I watch all his shit.
Left, right? Now, if you add like 4 plus 9 plus 4 plus 8, you get 25. 2 plus 5 is 7.
Oh, I think they're feeding the dogs or something over there, maybe.
Then you take 4 plus 9, right? That's a 13. 4 plus 8 is a 12.
Or they just left. Whatever.
So another 7. And then the time.
So the feds can subpoena those exchanges to get all the info. So I knew that it wasn't just like I could go see them, but there's a way that people could see them if they use a legitimate exchange. And you can see the money being transferred. Right? If I look up those wallets, I can see money going in and money going out. I guess I just can't tell if any of it's going to Save the Children Foundation, I guess.
Timer started because if it was posted at 12:03 a.m., right? And there are 49 seconds.
Charlie going out? Not Charlie.
12:04 a.m. There's another 7. 1 + 2 + 4. Another 7. Now, they started that. They also mentioned a movie in it, The Purge, right? Now, The Purge.
It's a 33-foot camper, Mariah. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead some. I don't want to hear him describe The Purge. I've seen it before.
For the country, I mean, him and his team and everybody that's involved, what they did for us, and I mean, you might as well say everybody in the world.
Well, I don't think I've looked. So I Googled those wallets and I Googled the Save the Children Foundation and tried to see and like use terms like crypto or Bitcoin or XRP or Ripple or what. I've tried to use probably like 30 or 40 different terms with Save the Children Foundation, and it doesn't seem like they have a wallet. So I think we're just trusting them to cash out and take the money to the Save the Children Foundation that's donated to those wallets. And also match the highest Patriot donation.
I was, on the side of good, on God's side. We all had to come together in this.
Mm-hmm.
Even she, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had to come against one pure evil.
Mm-hmm.
That evil is yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all of them. It's just the ones that, you got the Khazarians, the Ashkenazis.
Mm-hmm.
Because I assumed that people weren't stupid. And I assumed when I typed in those first wallets, the 3 wallets there, they would all be Save the Children wallets. They're not. They're held by an unknown. They don't come up when you Google search them. Nothing comes up except like transactions.
And because it's a religion. It's not anything you could even find in any genetic code. But then yet when these people get to 23andMe, oh look, I'm 5% Jewish. It's like, how?
No, he believed. Well, I don't know. I'm not saying that's not true. Recently, he believes in Jesus, but he thinks Jesus has already came back for his 1,000-year reign, and we are beyond the Bible into the part to where we do some shit. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, I don't do that either. So, like, there was an issue with Brad Barton, one of the people we cover, where he was taking donations for his friend. If you couldn't give to his GoFundMe, then you could send it to his wife's Venmo, and she was forwarding it. Bullshit.
They just do that just to insert.
Even if that's true, that just looks sketch.
Something there, so you have like this guilt complex. It's just like anything else. I'm like, no, and see, it says weather alert. I mean, they send every day of these. It says Lakeshore flood.
Some more modern and kind of hip charities do have like a Bitcoin wallet, but I would say not a majority of them by any means.
Morning, September 23rd at 5:23 p.m. until September 23rd, 8:00 p.m. I'm like, a lot of 23s there, and then you got 5:23. It's a 5.5. It's like,
And even if you can see their transactions, let's just make it easy. Let's say they get $100,000. Then we can see $100,000 going into their crypto accounts. There's no way to say that they couldn't say, okay, well, we did receive $100,000 in the last 6 months. That was our donation period. But 64,000 were all for donations, and the other 36,000 was private party exchanges. I'm paying for services, selling merch, but that goes to us. That was our portion, and maybe the whole 100,000 was actually donations. But there's no way to trace all that down now. That's fucked up.
I'm like, come on. And it says Lakeshore flood warning remains in effect till 7 p.m. Beach hazard statement remains in effect till 4 a.m. Friday. Large waves of 7 to 13 feet late this afternoon.
Yeah, Sakatoshi or some shit.
Friday, I'm like, it's 60 degrees. Nobody's going swimming, guys.
Exactly.
I mean, let's face it. And yeah, 13 feet late this afternoon. And then I brought up the weather. It says, mostly cloudy with 30% chance of showers, high and lowers.
If you guys get a chance to go watch CoffeeZilla, he's a YouTuber. Coffee, the word coffee, and then Zilla like Godzilla, Zilla. One of his most recent videos, there was an exchange that seemed to be doing some shady activity, and went to court with the New York Attorney General. Took him to court for like lies and not having cash on hand and doing that shady activity. And then CoffeeZilla made a Freedom of Information request for to see what actually happened, and he was told that it was all proprietary information. They couldn't give him anything. Not a single fucking sheet of paper. Even with, a lot of times Freedom of Information, if there's something that needs to be blacked out, they black it out, right? They were petitioned by the exchange to seal the documents. That's not been approved yet, but the court went ahead and said, no, we're not giving that out to anybody. Nothing. Not even an edited or blacked out or scratched out or just the introduction sheet. You can't get a single piece of paper from the New York court system on this exchange, which is very fucking shady. I think crypto could be a really, really, really fucking good thing, but they're treating it shady as fuck. And people are taking advantage of that.
60s. Inland northwest winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. It's like, how are you getting 13-foot waves at 10 to 20 miles an hour then?
Exactly.
Like, who's pulling this shit? It's like, come on, man. Yeah. And during the day, they said it's 66 and then 49 for night. I'm like, 7 sevens. Like, I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. I'm just like, no. And what it is that it's this Enotem, ENOTEM Incorporated.
You better be a shower. I smelt that fish market before I left the house, and I plan to get around in there and stomp in your old mud puddle tonight.
It was founded in 1999.
They haven't sealed it yet. There's a petition to seal the records because they claim it's proprietary information. And that petition wasn't put in until after CoffeeZilla made his request. He made a request. They said, sure, no problem. It'll be 2 or 3 weeks. We'll get you what we can because they had to redact it. And then they said, nope, we can share nothing because proprietary information. And then the next day, the exchange went to court and filed a motion to have it all sealed. It's pretty fucking shady.
151 Deerwood Park Boulevard Building, Building 200, Suite 250, Jacksonville, Florida. It's a private.
I use my old peg leg to stomp in Rye's mud puddle.
Thing is, I mean, just when you look at all the numbers and everything, it's just like, yeah, they found 1999. It's 28. It's your 7777. And it says, Enter Incorporated provides breaking news, email, and text messaging content.
All right, now I'm bored.
That's going to set us up beautifully for this weekend because this weekend is huge. And next week.
Oh, this weekend's huge. Too bad it's over and nothing happened, right?
Is big.
Don't look forward or look back. It's like base everything off what you have right now.
Yeah.
And keep on going at that.
Sure.
It'll help you out so much more.
Silk Road, not the story of Silk Road. Silk Road's just, is just a marketplace. But the demise of the guy who founded Silk Road is the best story in the world. Not only does a guy make up 2 fake sellers who get into a fight and are demanding refunds. He also makes up a fake account pretending to be a biker gang and also pretending to be assassins, has a fake assassination done, and all this goes over to the FBI. It's a pretty awesome story about the demise of the founder of Silk Road. It's awesome. If you ever have a chance to listen to it, it's pretty good. I think that channel that Joel just mentioned, probably FBI Undocumented or something.
More.
Sure. Well, that's going to set us up beautifully for this weekend because this weekend is huge and next week is big and the month of October is red.
Woof. Woof.
Woo! Red October. Like the hunt for Red October?
Telling you.
Exactly. What an exciting time.
It is.
Oh,
He's been saying that since before the election. What an exciting time to be alive. It's so exciting. Bruh, I don't care. You go to sleep. I'll still get mine. It's all right.
Just so much out there.
Monero for private transactions.
Yeah, more people just they just understand. It's like, we got this.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But they don't want us to be lazy. They still want to, and that's why we're still pushing through this, because
I'll check it out. Mental Outlaw.
Like say, whatever, but it's like they're still dropping stuff. So it's like we have
Ghost Ezra got called out. His site was exposed. What do you mean? Because he's supposed to be Ezra Cohen Watnick. He got called out that he's not Ezra Cohen Watnick. I'll have to research that and see what it is.
To finish. So once we're all finished, once we get it all offline, then I can start going through all this stuff and thumbing through it and start numbering and everything like that. But
the guy who sets up the founder of Silk Road actually milks him for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he was in Canada. And when it all goes down, he only turns over a portion of the money. He ends up keeping the rest of it.
Yep. Well,
got away with it.
Brilliant to catch up with you, buddy. And you have a great weekend.
You too, sir.
And I shall look forward.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll set it up for tomorrow's show. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
You too.
And there's the ice block. All right, I want to play something else right quick, and then we'll start wrapping her up. I want to go over here, and then I want to grab this. We're going to Patriot Street Fighter land, your favorite land of all the lands. Patriot Street Fighter is doing a lot of God. Was this voluntary? Let's just check this out. Hold on. Here he is riding in. By the way, he only rode that from the parking garage to the event a block away. That's where they unloaded the bike. Oh, now we're loading it back up. God damn. He wasn't going to stall it again. Instead, he's going to drive right through the fucking front of the trailer. What are you doing, dude? He couldn't get up on the wheel stop. Oh, this guy cannot ride a fucking bike, dude. Anyways, that's him loading the bike. Then there's some shit going, advancing the forking line. It's on Rumble. Also want to let you all know that shortly after the live stream, that's when his YouTube channel got taken down, when he said it couldn't be taken down. Here he is. I hope he does the axe dance.
And with the original Patriot Street Fighter, Donald.
Oh my God, he's got a fucking motivational speaker headset on, of course.
He's the original Patriot Street Fighter.
Donald Trump is the original Patriot Street Fighter, of course.
Exactly, my president.
I would not let people, I swear to God, if I was in his spot and I had built myself as this outlaw biker street fighter, I would not let anybody see me ride like that before I had lessons, okay? I wouldn't be dropping a clutch and fucking dumping it, and almost running through my trailer, and then sometimes killing it and looking like a fucking retard all the time on it. I swear I would pay for secretive lessons that we have in the middle of the night at a shut down warehouse. The doors are fucking chained. There's no way I would let people see me riding a bike like that. Like, I don't know. He rides a bike like he doesn't know what it's fixing to do. And if you've rode a bike for a while, you know what's fixing to happen. It's never a surprise.
Finish the job.
That's how you can tell if someone's rode before and someone hasn't. If they do something like when they're pulling out or turning and it surprises them, they probably don't have a whole lot of experience. I've done it before. I was riding a dirt bike one time with a bunch of my friends, and I used to ride dirt bikes all the time, but this was a new bike. And it was bigger than the bikes I had rode before. It was a CRX 250R, And anyways, the clutch is, a lever, right, that you squeeze with your hand. The clutch was slipping a little bit at the top end, or real high torques, real high revs. So I had just adjusted the clutch right back out, and I forgot that I adjusted it because I was drinking quite a bit. So we all stopped, drunk a bunch of beers. I was feeling pretty good. And then I went and hopped on the bike, and it was brand fucking new to me. It was like a year old, but it was brand new to me. I'd only rode it like once or twice around my yard and loaded it up. Anyway, so I forgot I adjusted the clutch. I hopped on the bike. I started it up. And then somebody's like, oh, see what it'll do. And like 2 or 3 guys like took off like riding wheelies and shit. So I went to drop the clutch, forgot where the clutch was at because I had just adjusted it. So instead of like the clutch engaging here, the clutch was engaging like way up here. So when I revved it and dropped the clutch, it fucking threw me off of it, pinned the throttle to me, and I ran right into the back of my buddy's truck and busted out his brake light and dented his tailgate. Like the bike stood up and the bottom of the bike hit the back of his truck and flipped me off and shit. Like I've done it before. You feel like a piece of shit, but I damn sure wouldn't let, fucking all these people see me on my live streams, my YouTubes, in person, riding up to events looking like a retard. No way.
So let's bow our heads for a minute and begin this with a prayer. Our Heavenly Father, you've kept us in amazing...
Source Code, the inventor of all things mankind and natural.
Every force that's come at us to try to take us down has been unsuccessful. And we do know that maybe there was a purpose for all of it, that you were going to allow us to take ourselves to the brink, to the moment of destruction, before we had the courage to look upward and look within ourselves to raise our consciousness to high enough.
Now he started praying. He didn't used to pray.
Down this satanic power structure.
But he's lost a lot of followers who have told him that he's getting away from the Bible, he's getting away from Jesus, he's getting away from God. They don't like the new way he's going. They don't like anything about it.
He's got control of our planet. There's a lot of us out there who are now coming to the fight around the country. Sometimes they are attacked, so we ask that you keep that veil of protection over them. I ask that you keep that veil.
Scott's a street performer. He just finished the puppet show at the local church.
On the tour, Michael. We just ask that we are out here in your name.
We're kind of wondering if he's tied to the Mormons and the Latter-day Saints and Scientology all at once.
Taking the fight to that enemy, and that you give us all the protection we need, and channel the power of you, our Creator, to help us bring this planet into the image that you had set forth.
Oh, he's coming through Manhattan, and he's going to be on the bike. Not on the bus, on the bike. He promised it. Okay. There's the Bald Avenger. See, I wonder if this right here, I wonder if this was forced. Thank you for sending it to me. I appreciate it. This looks like maybe she's struggling to get away. I don't know. What are those? Why do both their jeans look like shit? What filter's on this? Static? What is that? Both their jeans don't even look real. They look like a dog with blue hair and a white undercoat. What is that? Here we go. Here we go, baby. Thunder. So a game we like to play with the audience is Find Your Grandma. Basically, if you win, you just suffer embarrassment for the rest of your life. Look at this. What the fuck are you? This Night at the Roxbury's fucking outfit with his leather Harley-Davidson beret. I bet you he's wearing chaps. And the grandmas are fucking, it's not wet. It's more of like a powder is what is left. And it never breaks the depends barrier. This is sad. Sorry, I had to mute it. I can't get the strike. Look at him. Oh no. Anybody see their grandma out there? Or just let me know. We'll go ahead and label you. Solitaire paid
Meant
$10
to
into the
catch you
cult.
earlier, but orders got confused. Just woke up.
Oh no, meant to catch you earlier, but orders got confused. Just woke up. No problem. Thank you for joining us, Solitaire. I appreciate it. We're finally back. I'm in the shaggin' wagon, so we'll be here mostly every day. I'm not going to do 7 days a week in the van just because it's a drive and back and forth. And Mariah doesn't like you guys. She doesn't like me spending time with you guys. She said that you're bad for my blood pressure and that she doesn't like the fact that I have an erection the entire time I'm streaming. She said it's uncalled for and kind of strange. So she doesn't want me doing it 7 days a week either. No, I thank you. Thank you for the donation. I will be here probably 5 days a week minimum. The worst case scenario would probably be 4 days a week. But yeah, planning out shows and doing them from the shaggin' wagon, which I'm fixing to move all the monitors down to the ground and try to drive this beast back to the camper for a good night's sleep. So thank you guys for joining us. That's it for me tonight. We'll catch up with Scott McKay. We got Ghost Ezra. We got Jason Q. We're way behind because we took a you're a liar. We took a week off. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to hop out of here. I'm going to set the van up. I'm only going to start going till midnight from now on instead of 1 because I got to break all this shit down and drive to the camper still. So thank you guys for joining us. I do appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here for the night. Thank you for the donations that come in tonight. Hold on. Let me grab some of those. Solitaire, Rachel LaCroix, Ex Sugar Mama, 007, The Huntsman, Jetflex, Q Idiot, Ex Sugar Mama from last night, Karen McNeil last night, Joy Harp, Ex Sugar Mama, Praying Magamom, Tablet. I think I'm all the way back to like the 17th now. So that ought to cover everybody. Thank you for those donations. Over on Buy Me a Coffee, we had several donations come in. Those were from, let me see right quick. We had someone and John Frank through Buy Me a Coffee. Sorry the alerts weren't on, but I did go back and find them. So thank you for that. Thank you for the donations that come in. Thank you for the support. Showing up tonight. I appreciate it. Not the biggest show as last night, but we'll get back up there. What are we sitting at? We're still sitting at 130 people through both websites, and we were up by about 150. We had 200 last night, but it's all right. We'll see you on the next one, guys. It's a Sunday night. I'll be back tomorrow, Monday, waiting on the 6th when we have internet back at the camper. I'll still probably keep the van, I guess, and just run the internet into the van, but I'll be at the campground. I can go a little bit longer and want to drive back and forth. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Let me play some outro music, and everybody have a good night. Appreciate it. Learn to Dougie.
Hey.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Hey.
Baby like,
What?
will you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? 'Cause all my bitches love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumping. And for you, to back it up and dump it.
Pump it out.
Put your arms out front, clean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you hit that Dougie, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody fucking with my bro from Morningside. He go by Bubba and he hit the dance with thunder.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie. Break it down.
Oh, yeah, mine has said 129 for a long time. Maybe my numbers didn't update, to be honest with you.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
I ain't from Dallas, but I D-town boogie. I show my moves off now, if buddy trying to do me. I lead our functions and all the ladies trying to screw me. Now you just do you, and I'ma do me.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
Word.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
This is a really hard job. Literally.
Help us.
Say what?
That's a parody by BT, and here is some J. Roos music while I shut everything down. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. We will see you on the next one.
Piss 'em off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts, cause you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement, and I won't even give out your dime store handle because that's really pathetic. But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well listen bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6 cents for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your Huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you. Have a good night. We will see you tomorrow. Hit me up on Telegram, my email, coldbreakerfest@gmail.com, Facebook, or Discord if you need me or have something to send in. And we'll see y'all later.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss 'em off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set.